Hi, everybody, and welcome to our show. This is your vinyl junkie, Royce here, and we've got a great show tonight. Got great guests, as you can see. Let's see, Jeff. Where did Jeff go? Okay,
He's
well, we've
just,
got Pat Lucero, Jason Herman,
He's hiding again.
Dan McNew,
now
and
I think
Jeff
my
will
mic
be
is
coming
working
back
now.
on. Jeff will be coming back on eventually. Michael McVeigh may not be here tonight. He's rehearsing. And Michael Altini said he'll be late because he's got a anniversary dinner. So there's Jeff. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? So the first, I have to do one thing first. I have to wish a happy birthday to my 6-year-old granddaughter. She turned 6 years old today, Brooklyn. Brooklyn, Nana and Papa love you to the moon and back. Happy birthday, Brooklyn. There's a package coming in the mail. We love you, baby. Okay. Is everybody ready? Are we ready?
Yep.
As ready as we'll ever be.
We are ready. Yeah, as we'll ever be. Okay, here we go.
That's
Okay,
the rockinest Metallica song I ever heard.
I know that was heavy.
Don't want that copyright strike.
No, can't have that.
Amen.
Yeah, maybe eventually we'll have Oive singing songs, in the intro.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Dear God, no,
I heard
please.
I heard a little clip of him singing on Facebook the other day. He sounds like he's got a pretty cool voice,
It's pretty good. The new band sounds really good.
Oh, great! I can't wait to hear it.
Notice he was never on camera, so we don't really know if that was him singing or not.
Oh,
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
No, he can. I'm just teasing.
Yeah. Well, there's been a lot going on this week. I don't know if you guys saw the Michael Altini Days with Jordan the Lions series this week. It was really fun. Michael
Really
Altini
funny.
took him to some detention center for boys where he was delivering UPS and some kid jumped him. He just had a new tattoo put on. The kid sliced the tattoo. And Altini grabbed some kind of a
no,
billy,
the
beat him
kid
half
jumped.
to death.
The kid
And,
jumped into the UPS truck.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he jumped in the UPS truck. Yeah, so that was one of them. It was a real fun story too. And then the other one, it was just taking Jordan around New York, showing him things and telling him stories, and that was a good one too. I enjoyed them both. But
Look at this,
so tonight we're
Royce.
gonna
Royce, you didn't even know that you have two internet sensations here.
Oh my God!
That's right.
Now you have
I know.
Altini, and now and Jason.
I'm
I
not
know,
an internet
man,
sensation.
I'm just feeling like so inferior, as the rest of you must be feeling.
Yeah,
I know. I'm just in shock still, shock and awe both.
That's Pat's daughter that teases me and calls me an internet sensation anytime I'm at their house. So I don't, she's
I know
crazy.
somebody else that always refers to himself as one, and that's okay.
That's right.
I've been referring to my show as the #1 vinyl show on YouTube about every other time I advertise it. What are you going to do, right?
That's right.
But anyway, so here we go. It's going to be classic rock. I had a hard time picking what I wanted to show because I'd pick up, like I told Dan, let's put Metallica on the next intro. I picked it up and I started looking down at my Ozzy and stuff going, you know what? This would be a great heavy metal show. Why don't I want to show it? Show? And every time I picked something up, I said, yeah, but this would be a great that show. This would be a great this show. And I was just going through everything, trying to find just some classic rock. So I think I did okay. So, okay, we're going to go around. Does anybody pick any new vinyl up this week they want to share?
I think Jason got a couple things in the mail.
Oh,
Jeff raised his hand. Let's let him go.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay.
What'd you get, buddy?
Well, this one I didn't get this week. I just threw it in the mix, but it's the record store day for the Doors, Strange Days.
Okay. That's not Morrison Hotel. Which one is that?
Yeah, well, it's the record store day version of it. So
I see.
the cover's a little different. If you look really close, you can see
Yeah.
the reflection of the doors in this window
Okay.
right
Okay.
here. But it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to see,
Well, there were
even in
parts of it
person.
that looked just like Morrison Hotel, but then the picture didn't look, very much like it.
Well, it's that same window,
The
that's in
same
the.
window. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Right
There's a
on.
bunch of those pictures from that session. But,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool.
Jeff, what's on that? Is that anything different?
Yeah.
well, I'm not a big Doors head per se. I like to listen to them, but I don't know what's new. And, but
Yeah.
it's a 2 LP set. And
Oh,
the
nice.
first LP is all outtakes of Queen of the Highway. It's got
Oh,
like
really?
10 outtakes of it. That makes up the majority of the
The
first album. Yeah.
Wow.
And then the second
Crazy.
album has Money, which, I don't believe was on the original album.
I don't think it
Rock
was
Me
either.
Baby, Roadhouse Blues outtake, 2 Roadhouse Blues,
Okay.
2 more Roadhouse Blues on side 2 of disc 2, and then Peace Frog and Peace Frog again, it looks like.
Yeah. Some of those sound new to me.
It says Blue Monday Session, so I'm not sure what that means on the Peace Frog. So
All I know,
about the Doors.
I really love the Doors, and I love Jim Morrison's voice. It was just such a good voice. That style. I mean, we listened to Riders on the Storm all the way to Mexico when I was 18 years old. Me and a buddy of mine. We got messed up and took off for Mexico listening to the Doors.
I think
I'm not
after
even-
my third time I would have jumped out the door.
but it's got a really neat poster inside of it. Shows him standing inside of the original Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah.
Well,
Nice.
it's a Hard Rock Cafe. It's just an old dive bar in Los Angeles at the time. I don't think it's associated with the
brand.
With the chain.
chain.
Yeah.
And then it's just they're both albums are 180 gram.
Hmm.
Got kind of a Doors.
Yeah. Electra.
Yep.
Cool.
That was Record Store Day release for this year for them.
Yeah. Nice.
To be honest, I've put on disc 1. I haven't listened to the whole thing yet.
Now, was that drop 1 or drop 2, Jeff?
I think I'm not positive, but I think it was 2.
Okay.
I just got that a month or so ago.
Sounds about right.
I just had it sitting here. I thought I would show it.
Very
I know
nice.
Dan likes the Doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely like the Doors.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Jason and Pat, but
That's a little. That's. Yeah. I appreciate them, but yeah, not for me.
Yeah, I'm not a huge
I
fan.
really love them. I remember going and seeing that movie when it came out. Of course, now they say, "Oh, it's all that movie's nothing's real and true in it," and I'm like, "Well, they were helping push it at the time." So,
Hey, Royce, when you
Right.
were younger and you went to Circus,
Yes.
and you walked up at the top of the tent there
Okay.
in the arcade and all that stuff,
Right.
did they have the flying acrobats and all that kind of stuff?
Yes, they absolutely did. Yeah.
Okay, this is where the Doors kind of like it just drove me nuts because
Oh, I see.
when
I could see that.
when they would play the music, if you recall, and I'm sure these were the same guys that played the same music to every single show. You had one of those organ players and a drummer.
Okay.
Do you remember that? It was just the organ player and the drummer. And
What
to me,
year
it
was-
sounded just like the Doors, and it used to drive me nuts.
What year would you say that was?
Oh gosh, the early 70s, all the way to
Like I
almost
said,
almost like
I le-
1980.
I left Las Vegas. I left Las Vegas for Long Beach, California, in '71. I was in an auto body class out at Votech, and my mother walked out and she says, "Are you still moving to California today?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And she goes, "Well, when are you leaving?" And I had my whole car was masked off, the windows, the doors, the bumpers, the door handles, and I was painting my car in my parents' driveway. Probably got more than just a little bit of paint on the concrete. And she goes, well, when are you leaving, Royce? I go, as soon as I get done painting my car. And as soon as I got done painting it, I already had it packed, was peeling paint off and getting paint all over my hands. It was on the tape and the paper. And I jumped in my car with the paint wet and took off for California and never looked back. But I did in 1971. But in 1972, I did come home for about 6 months. I came home for 6 months, then went back to Long Beach, and then I never went back to Henderson again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that always reminded me of the Doors, and I don't know what it was, that the sound of that piano just, I don't know. It just,
even if they were doing it in 71 and 72, I don't remember,
Yeah.
They do kind of have that carnival sound, some of their songs,
Yeah, no, it did. Yeah. And they've even got the one album with the carnival actors all on the front and stuff. What is that? That I bought that recently.
Strange Days.
Strange Days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the second album.
Right.
That's one band I can tell you I really don't know much about.
Me either.
Well, check out the movie, and then you get a lot of disinformation.
Yeah.
But it's a good movie.
It's a good movie, isn't it?
Yeah, I like the movie a lot.
Yeah.
But a lot of the
Gilmer,
info in the movie
Leslie's
is not
hardest.
right.
Do what, Pat?
A lot of the information in the movie just wasn't right,
Well,
like the scenes and all that kind of stuff.
Well, that's what they're saying now.
Oh,
come out
interesting.
later. But,
Might have to watch it.
Yeah, no,
Maybe next time Jason comes over, we'll watch it together.
Oh my God.
And then you
get out the peyote or whatever they were taking.
Instead of our usual Kiss Meets the Phantom.
That's right. That's what we use. Kiss Meets the Phantom.
I think Pat and Jason are like 10 years too young to appreciate.
I think that's what it is. I think exactly
that's what it is. Yeah.
If Pat's 10 years too young, I'm 20 years too young.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm the same age as Pat, I think, basically. So
I'm the baby.
57.
I'm the baby. I'm 46. So.
Well, I'm 56.
Yeah, I got 1 year on you.
Well, I hate to even talk about age anymore. I'm 68 now. I'm freaking 68.
64 here.
I gotta get on my hands and knees and give thanks every morning when I wake up.
Yeah.
Royce, you don't look a day over than 70.
Oh, well,
That's what my wife says.
Actually, you look great, man. Seriously.
Oh, well, thanks.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
You look great, man.
Well,
Anybody else got anything new?
I think the hat on backwards takes 10 years off me.
It does.
Exactly.
It looks like you're about to go out and skateboarding or something like that. So
Yeah. You actually have hair to go, to keep it down on the hat. So it's good.
That's
Well,
right.
I've got some more, but I have a sneaking suspicion. A couple of things that I have, Pat and Jason have as well.
That's all
you
right.
think?
Go ahead.
But
Show something
I'll
else.
show,
Yeah, give it a shot.
I'll show this one first. I got this one in the mail. I don't even think they thought this album was announced about 3 months ago, I want to say. And anyway, it's the new unreleased Prince album.
Oh,
Right. I've seen that.
Yeah. Welcome to America.
Yeah. Isn't that like some kind of yellow marbled vinyl?
Yes, this one
Yeah.
is. There's different versions of it, but
yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't even opened it yet, so I thought I would break it open and show it to you
Nice.
guys.
True unboxing, baby. That's what we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Now, Jeff, is that the Walmart exclusive?
No, this is the Prince Store exclusive.
Oh,
Oh.
cool.
Very nice.
I
I
think
didn't
Linda
know there
Foster.
what's on the Walmart exclusive. Do you know?
I think it was a colored vinyl. Wasn't it purple or something?
It was
I don't know. I know Target had one that was clear.
Okay.
Huh. Yeah, what a variety out there now.
You got to make you buy the record 10 times. I mean,
But God, what a gift! It's like nobody even knew this unreleased album existed.
Oh, he did. He never wanted any of this stuff.
Well, I bet he's got dozens of them.
oh no,
Or
yeah,
at
we'll
least
be getting
material.
Prince albums forever.
Yeah.
The super
I'm
deluxe.
down with that if that's the case.
Yeah, the super deluxes of all of the Revolution era stuff, with 40 to 60 extra tracks on it, that's something else.
Crazy.
Serious box set.
Yeah, serious box sets. So
Wow. Yeah. I'm seeing so many box sets right now. Oh my God. Everything.
wait till
see the
Jason
new
tells you
George
about the-
Harrison,
yeah, wait till Jason
Yes,
tells you about the George
huge.
Harrison box set.
Oh yeah, I
like
just
like
got
the Mega Ultra one that's like $1,200.
Geez.
Yeah.
No, I don't know that I've seen that one.
Oh
Yeah.
man, it's
Wow.
insane. We just announced it. My company just solicited it out. I had one customer, one store buy one copy, but just the cost on it was like $940 they have to
Oh,
pay.
It's,
And
it's for the All Things Must Pass
yeah,
album.
All Things Must Pass. There's several different box sets. There's a 3
Yeah.
LP version, there's an 8 LP version, but this
Wow.
one is massive. And
Jeez.
Was it
It-
5 LPs, 8 CDs, or 8 LPs and 5 CDs, something like that?
something like
Wow.
that.
there was like 6 or 7 different configurations of it.
Oh no, there's a new set that just came out.
Was that the one with the box on it?
There's
Yeah.
lots
That
of
comes in the
different.
box?
There's
Yeah.
one that's in a box. Yeah,
I
And,
think I actually have seen a picture of it.
it has 47 demos and unreleased tracks on it, and
Wow.
a massive book, and then it's got figurines, his
Right.
figurine, and the
Really?
gnomes, and it's insane.
Is
You
anybody
can
gonna
only
buy
buy
it?
that one on the George
Are you
Harrison
guys- Are you
website.
guys planning on buying it?
Well, I'm sure McVeigh will get it for free in the mail at some point.
Yes, somebody in this
I
chat will
bought the
send it to.
$25 version.
That's right. Yeah. Jeff, go ahead and show your prints, and I'll try to pull it up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's on the George Harrison website.
And now, Jeff, what era is this? Does it say?
This was recorded in 2010.
2010.
Uh-huh.
So that
11
would have been,
years ago.
That would have been the 2 albums that he released simultaneously, right? The one. I think
that was a little bit after that, because this was
one was like a
samples
rock
it-
album, and then one was like a regular, kind of like a Prince album. Can't remember the names of those, but I got them both, and they were great.
Is the rock album the one where he's with all the girls?
Yeah.
Now, what was the name of that album?
It's fantastic, though. I mean, both records were great.
Third Eye Girl.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Wow.
So do you think
But
this is that
apparently-
same era?
I think that is. It's around the same era, but I don't know the exact years that one is. The Third Eye Girl. I think it's
Either
a
way,
little
how can
bit
you
later.
go wrong? I mean, hearing all this stuff, even if he didn't think it was up to par or not, I'm sure it sounds great no matter what.
Right. But apparently they called the tour Welcome to America in 2010, but he did never release the album because he wasn't happy with it or whatever, So see if there's any more goodies in here. I'm not sure if there's a poster. Oh, this is cool. Second inner sleeve.
Hmm.
Yeah. Nice heavy ones.
That's
I
some
like- I
song
like-
lyrics on the back. Another
Hmm. Have you haven't played that? You just unboxed it, right?
Yeah, he just
Yeah, I
opened it.
haven't heard it at all.
Yeah.
I bet that's really good.
That's my Prince
No, it
for the
probably
week.
is,
I
yeah.
guess I really enjoy listening to Prince.
Very nice. Yeah, that's nice.
Okay.
Okay, here's the other two. Okay, go ahead, Jason.
Oh, just real quick. Sorry to interrupt. So it's the George Harrison is 8 LPs, 5 CDs, Blu-ray. Comes in a wooden crate, has a 96-page scrapbook, a poster, 42 previously unreleased tracks, 1/6 scale replica figurines. The at the list price for it is $1,198.98.
Wow.
You gotta be serious.
Yeah.
Well, that.
No,
that's
you really
gonna
got to
be
love that
That's
record.
going to be a collector's edition just based on rarity.
Oh, sure. So it's got, it says the set features 70
And the
tracks.
thing is huge.
Yeah, it says it features 70 tracks, including 47 demo recordings, session outtakes, and studio jams, of which 42 are previously unreleased. The Blu-ray includes the high-res stereo mix, the 5.2 surround sound, and a Dolby Atmos mix, which is amazing if you have a Dolby Atmos system. But it's really, really, really something else.
Well, it is
you
a
know.
really fantastic record. So if you want to do something like that to
Wow.
any, George Harrison record, I think that would have to be the one to do it
Something
too.
else. Well, look
Now,
at that.
now, if you bought something like that, would you even want to open it?
All right,
Sure.
that's a good question, but there it is.
That is a good
You know,
question.
Because once you open, it's going to lose its value if it's that expensive now.
Sure.
You know, a pristine one would go much higher in a few years.
Man.
Yeah, but do you normally buy records just to just to see if they'll go up in value, or do you buy them to play them?
Both.
Yeah, it depends. It depends.
Yeah.
Come on, Pat. You know this game, Pat. We play this game all the time.
Yeah, but I'll play mine.
I know you do.
I saw some unboxings of it. It's basically just in a box. It's not really sealed, so if you take
So
that out
is
of
each
the box,
record just like a paper sleeve?
Well,
I
let's
think
look.
it's in a book type thing.
Oh,
I noticed-
interesting.
No,
I noticed
no,
the-
they're in sleeves.
The CDs are in the book, then, because I heard some of the Harrison fans complaining about it was a pain in the ass getting to the CDs.
Oh, really?
I know that's going to be tough to see, but hold
Yeah,
on,
I see
focus.
the albums.
There they are. See the records.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Pat, I know you're going to have trouble seeing that, buddy, but yeah, they're in sleeves. You know, the original album cover and then sleeves inside of those. It almost looks like a box set inside of a box.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So the CDs may be in the book, I don't know, but the vinyl definitely has sleeves. So
Well, they have the same thing that's on a CD, basically, that has all that material.
right.
And it's not an album size. It's not quite album size. And it's got all of those outtakes and
Right.
a nice
right.
little book in it. And that was $150.
Right.
Wow.
Everybody,
Yeah.
everybody's complaining, it was a little overpriced too. It should have been about half that.
Hmm.
So,
What else you got, Jeff?
all right, here's the ones that Pat and Jason have, I know for sure. And I'm not going to open them because I want to keep them sealed. I got these this week.
Oh, you son of a gun.
What is it?
The German. Yeah, I
Oh,
knew you have it.
Yeah. Well, I have one open, so I can show what the record looks like. So
Right. I have one open as well because I spent $100 buying one last year.
So you just got some more, right? And you
Yeah.
did the same thing I did, bud.
Best of
Yes,
souls.
sir.
That's
Oh, is that-
pretty valuable.
Is that the best of the solos from Germany?
Yeah.
Yes. It's
Okay.
that one they just put up this week.
Well, I tell you what,
They-
the splatter, if you open it, if you haven't seen it, the splatter on that thing is just beautiful. I mean,
show it.
really
Let
nice.
Jason show it.
Yeah. So this is my copy I bought last year. That
Look
that's
at
what
that.
the splatter looks like on it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's
It's
cool.
really
boy,
nice.
solo that so
Yeah, no,
everyone
that
can
is
see it
good looking.
pretty large.
Really nice.
So, what Jeff's talking about here is these came out. This is the, if you look at the logo, those that may not know much about, international pressings of Kiss records, this is the German altered censored logo, which their regular logo is banned in Germany because of the
It says.
the similar to the SS.
Right.
And, so they altered their logo. They even alter their logo when they play live. And so it's pretty interesting, to collect all the German records because all the logos are different. And so this came out and it was only available through, a couple of mail order places. It wasn't in stores or anything like that. And they sold out and were out of print. And Kiss Online just happened to get, the final stock of this stuff and put them up for sale for like $22. Like Jeff said, we paid like $100 for these things last year,
Yeah.
getting them
Wow.
shipped over here. So
Yeah.
it was pretty expensive.
I feel
And then
like
there
I've
was a
been
big
living in
issue,
a cave. I've never
was a
heard
big-
all this stuff before.
So I mean, it's expensive to get it, when you buy and the exchange rate and
Right.
shipping
right.
and all
Oh,
that
yeah,
stuff. I mean,
exchange rate, too.
it probably wasn't 100, but I bet it was 80, 85 to get it over there.
Right.
Yeah.
But Kiss Online had them up for, they had about 10 German pressings. I know they had like Revenge and Carnival of Souls and Dress to Kill and a few others. And they had Best of the Soul albums, the limited edition splatter version. And
Wow.
Which we wasn't even sure if it was going to be
Wait,
this
wait, wait.
matter.
Hey, Jason,
I was
keep
positive,
keep
so-
that help-
Yeah,
Hold,
I do
hold
you
that
was.
back up, Jason.
Yep.
Yeah.
let's focus.
Yeah. Cool.
So
Look
yeah,
how
they had
cool
these
that looks.
they had these for $22, man, which is
Oh my gosh.
I bought two
Jason.
more.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know how they sold out last year? They
Mhm.
sold out pretty quick. What did the price ever rise for those? Do you know on the secondhand market what they were going for?
I don't recall because I didn't look for them. And in my group, Kiss My Wax,
Right.
I can't remember if people were paying high dollar for them or not. I do feel like they were probably selling for about $100 at least, or something to that effect.
I
But
wasn't
I'm
sure
not.
if they went to something astronomical like the Dress to Kill Red
Oh
one
no,
or what.
there's only 300 Dress to Kills. That's a big difference. They did.
Yeah.
I think they did 2,500 or 3,000 of these.
Hmm.
So there's only 300 of those Dress to Kills, and that's why it's astronomical. That's
Yeah, Jeff, if you ever get tired of yours, just send it over here. I'll take care of it for you.
yeah. You got the Dress to Kill?
Yeah, oh yes.
Oh
That was a-
yeah, that's
that
an
was a
$800 record now, man.
I know that was a great surprise when I got that in the mail that day. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, my order was canceled for that, and I had to buy it secondary from a guy in Kiss My Wax that got 5 of them, and he sold me a copy, like, right around the time it came out for like $75, and I was
Uh-huh.
happy to pay it. So now it's an $800 record. So
Oh
So,
my
so
God.
Royce and Dan, for everyone that's watching that doesn't know, this Best of the Solo albums has 3 songs or 4 songs from each album.
yeah, 3 songs
4.
from each album.
I
Yeah.
thought it was 4.
No,
so,
it's
so,
3.
you-
Okay.
so you get
Yeah.
a good chunk of each album on
Oh, I
one
see.
record.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
like
great.
side 1 is Ace, New York Groove, Rip It Out and Speeding Back to My Baby. And then Peter, You Matter to Me, Tossing and Turning and Hooked on Rock and Roll. And then side 2 is Gene, Radioactive, Mr. Make Believe and See You in Your Dreams. And Paul, Tonight You Belong to Me, Move On and Hold Me, Touch Me. And also on the back of this, it shows the German copies of the catalog that was out up till that
Excuse me
point.
for 1 second.
So
And these pressings too, by the way, Jeff, if you haven't played yours,
Uh-huh.
it sounds really good.
all the
Really good.
Yeah, I think I played it a time or two.
Yeah.
Because my other one I did open up, but I was like, I'm gonna buy this one and keep it sealed.
Because
Are you in the Kiss My Wax group, Jeff?
Oh yes, sir.
Okay, good. Keep your eyes open. There's some more German stuff coming very soon.
Oh, yeah.
I'm working with
Really?
Michael Kohler on some stuff right now, so getting
Okay,
some
cool.
posters scanned. So there's some really cool stuff coming.
Did you get the double platinum as well?
I got the I did get the double platinum that they had on
Not the picture disc, but the German version.
The German.
oh
version.
yeah, the German. Yeah, I did get
the
that.
silver
Okay.
one.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's
Because that thing
gone.
sounds amazing.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
I got that server.
Sorry, Dan, we're getting all nerdy here.
We're getting all kissed hard.
I got a question. I got a question about the colored vinyl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot of them, but I do have just a handful of them. But
Uh-huh.
they always have a sticker telling you, what type of colored vinyl it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What stops them from like cut a little hole in the album so you can actually see it, through the,
It's
Oh,
not a
that's
bad
good
idea.
question. Yeah.
It's
you
not a
just,
bad idea.
you want to see what you're getting because a lot of people don't want to open it. You want to see what
Right.
the color scheme is, even if you want to leave it sealed.
Right.
So why have pretty vinyl like that if you're never ever going to see it? Leave it sealed. So
Well, I always buy 2 copies minimum. So I have like 4 copies of this. I always buy
Okay.
2 copies minimum. I will always open one and always keep one sealed. So
You remember, Pat, that I had the French version as well,
Right.
which I love.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, that the French version of Best of Stolums. You have it near you?
Somewhere over there.
This one.
There you go.
Yeah, I love the French version. This one's the Best of the Solo albums is a cool one to chase around the world because there's so many different covers. There's an Australian cover and
I'll show you with the stickers. It's awesome.
yeah, there's a South African version that's called Kiss 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 Kiss, and it's
Yep.
super hard to find and expensive. There's a lot of cool versions out there.
Right. I would like to have them all, but like you said, they're
No, that
Kinda
South
hard to
I
get.
don't have that South African, and it's probably $600-700 if you can find it.
I wish that they had on the album kind of mixed up all the songs. How do you all feel?
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
So here's the
Like a
Australian
playlist.
version of it.
Oh, that's neat. I
Yeah.
like that too.
And here is the Argentina version of it.
I got that recent Kiss Killers,
And it has
with the Mylar cover.
Yeah, yeah.
I still haven't opened it yet.
Oh,
I
it's
need to.
beautiful. You got to play
Yeah, I
that
need
thing.
to-
It sounds amazing.
I love that pink vinyl. I've got a Rod Stewart that's on one too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that shiny cover, Michael Kohler, who is the catalog consultant for Universal in Germany, he told me on my podcast, because we talked about that. He said he stole that idea from our foil
the
cover
Ace
for
one.
our Ace record. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
was
got
like,
your Ace
no.
record.
Oh, you got the Ace record?
Well, I'm surprised you don't remember
Oh,
me
look
because
what we have
I'm
here.
active in your group.
Hey, Mikey.
Well,
Hey, Michael.
Hey guys.
Hey, Mr.
Hey, how you doing,
UPS.
Mike? Yeah, before I forget, I want to do a shout out to the Rock and Roll podcast. Dan and I have both been on their show. Great guys, a lot of fun. I saw Dan on there last week telling some great stories, and it's a fun crowd to hang out with. And look forward to doing it again sometime. Anyway, so thank you, Rock and Roll podcast. You guys are great. Michael, where you been?
Well, today was my 10th anniversary with
Congrats.
Wow.
Dr. Denley Curcio. So today we went to Manhattan. We went to the Vincent van Gogh immersion exhibit,
Nice.
which was out of this freaking world, man. If you like Van
Wow.
Gogh, they gave a whole history about Van Gogh, and then
No kidding.
they brought his pictures to life.
Oh, wow.
And I made video. I wish I could give it to Royce and he could put it on, but he doesn't know how to do it. But I'm
Well,
telling
I can teach you.
I just went and looked. I just put a bunch of hats away I had behind me, and I have a hat from the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam. I'm sorry, and it's called Skeleton with a Cigarette or something like that. It's just a
Yes.
skeleton head with a cigarette.
right. And then what happened? They had skeleton with a cigarette and they brought it to life. It
Yeah,
It
Oh,
was
wow.
wicked. It was so wicked.
yeah.
The last half of the show, you sit in this giant room with about 20 other people, and you can lay down on the floor if you want, or just sit on a bench, and you are surrounded 180 degrees with his painting. Like he'll do Starry Night. He'll start out with that, and
Right.
and the stars will start circling, and the moon comes down, and then, like I said, the other paintings he had.
Oh, cool.
It was just wonderful. So,
We missed you so
Sounds like
much that I wrote a song for you.
Oh boy.
let's hear it.
It goes something like this. Mikey, I hear you calling, but I can't come home right now. Me and the boys are slinging yayo, and we're just too high to drive. Just a few more hours, and I'll crawl back home to you.
What? Sling it yayo, huh? Hello.
Would you look at the time?
Yeah. So we started at 7 o'clock this morning because I bought the train here. Then we took the Staten Island ferry over, and we walked up about 20-minute walk. And you know what? This is the first time I've been to this part of Manhattan all my life. I've been all over New York.
Uh-huh.
This is like sort of a new part of Manhattan that they built. It's called Battery Park City. They really built up the west side. The west side used to be the seediest part of New York, where when Freddie Mercury came to town, that's where he went. The bar's called Ramrods, and the Sausage Factory and all of that shit. You would go down the West Side Highway, and you would see these bikers like these guys are going to kick your ass if you even looked at them the wrong way. But they were all the S&M, like gay guys. right?
Yeah.
But I mean, they look like. So anyway, they cleared
Oh,
all of that shit out of there, and they rebuilt this beautiful, beautiful part of Manhattan. If I was going to live in Manhattan, this is where I would live.
Hmm.
So,
Wow.
so
Wow.
after
Isn't it-
that, we went up to.
Wasn't there a place right next to Ramrod's called Mikey's One Stop Shop?
Yeah, Mikey's one-stop cock shop.
Oh, God.
Oh boy.
Rock-
Take it easy there, internet sensation.
That's
Take
right.
it easy.
The new internet
Easy.
sensation.
All right. Anyway,
Easy.
and
Let's get back to the records here.
So wait, you don't want to hear what else I did today?
Oh my God, another half hour. Here we go.
No. Fuck you. No, don't worry about it. You know, because Pat knows because I was sending him pictures and shit. So
It was beautiful. No, go ahead. Tell the guys.
we went to the top of the Freedom Tower. Dan has never been there, and I mean, if it was we had a lot of haze today because it was so hot, but it was absolutely beautiful. And there's nobody in Manhattan. There's no yellow cabs.
Huh.
That's the weird thing, man. There are no cabs anymore.
Because all the
Uber.
Ubers and all, you know.
Not even them. Nobody. Believe me when I tell you, the city is empty as shit because of the crime and everything else and the high COVID rate. So we went up there. Then we went to the 9/11 museum, where that's my brother was a fireman. He was a part of that. The thing that saved my brother's life was he ducked under a fire truck, and
Wow.
that's what saved his life. So, that was very, very solemn. Is that the word?
Mhm.
I mean, Dad was crying. She knows so many of the firemen. Her father was a fireman. She was crying her eyes out through the whole thing. And then we got home. So we were gone for Jesus Christ, over 14 hours today. We went out to dinner.
Wow.
Place called Eat Italian. Holy shit, the food was unbelievable.
Here we go.
It got Mikey's thumb up on that one.
Oh yeah, this is one of the only places that I don't go. What the fuck is this shit? So like I said, I just walked in and I was the Kiss stuff again, and I said, "God damn! I thought this was going to be about something different today." But it always goes back to-
I thought so too.
Well, Jeff was showing the new things that he just got in the mail.
That's
so-
right. And it turned into this whole big thing. So
Right. I was backstage watching it all.
Royce had to go pack up a pizza or something, and
No,
Let me show this one real
cool.
quick, and then I'll push
That
it
was
off-
a phone
off
call
to someone
from
else.
a guy whose house I've been wanting to list and sell for 2 years. And he just got back from Mexico where he's going to move. He's got a house in La Paz. And I called him a couple
did you tell
of
him
days ago.
that you're in the middle of doing a show?
No, I kind of had to spend a little time.
He pulled a Michael McVeigh on us. That's what he did.
Yeah.
He pulled a Michael McVeigh.
But anyway, now he's talking maybe November, I've been to his house down there. We've got mutual friends, and we were down there fishing in the Sea of Cortez, and we drove up to La Paz to his house when it was remodeling it. It was cool. Actually, La Paz is a neat little town.
I think Journey wrote a song called La
They've got this
Paz.
huge boardwalk.
I thought you were talking
walk
about
down, and
Bolivia.
it's just a carnival-like atmosphere all the way down,
Nice.
See, when you put La Paz and Yayo in the same conversation, I'm thinking you went to Bolivia. So anyway, what I got in the mail today? What I got in the mail yesterday?
Yeah, let's see. Since we're on the subject of new vinyl.
Yeah, I forgot.
But this isn't new, but I got it in the mail, so
It's new to you, though.
yes. Bachman Turner Overdrive.
No,
There you
big deal.
Best of. God damn, do I love these guys.
Yeah.
Jason,
Right.
you're going to hate this.
why?
He got it for free. Somebody sent it to
Of
him.
course he did.
Really?
It's just me and you, Pat. Nobody sends us shit.
No.
Really? Oh, really? Pat, what the fuck did I send you?
Oh, that's
No,
true.
Yeah.
You're not in the club anymore. Nobody sends me shit. That's
All right.
Well, I get sent Anthrax, but not the album, the powder.
I appreciate that.
So what is that there, Altine? Is that best of?
The best of BTO It's got my favorite song, one of my favorite songs, Rolling On Down the Highway.
Yeah.
BTO, to me, was the power chord band.
Yeah,
They were the
they were
first ones with power chords. What, they came from Canada, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Right? And they didn't look like rock stars. They looked like bouncers,
Yeah.
right? They look like they go out drinking and kick your ass in, right? And it's the old paper, and the album. It's on Mercury Records, and it's really clean record for me, not for Pat. If Pat would be, oh, I see dust on it.
That's garbage.
That's
Throw it
garbage.
away.
No, I would say we need to clean it. That's all I'd say.
Did you just drop it?
Yeah, I just broke it.
Oh my God.
It was fragile.
Oh,
It was unbreakable.
It was an unbreakable record. So,
well, didn't BTO have an album called Not Fragile?
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah.
They did.
so here's an album I play once or twice a week.
There you go. Uncle Ted.
Ted Nugent. I'm telling you.
So did you just get this, or are we skipping that
No.
now?
No, this is in my collection.
Okay, so we're rolling right into.
Yeah, just skip everybody's
No,
new stuff.
no. Yeah, right now we're basically just showing the new stuff we got in the last week or so. And then
That's
we're going to get into the serious unboxing.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on
It's
to
a-
that one there.
It's a
Alfie.
format, Altini.
Was that homie?
We have a format, Altini.
I'm all
Paddling.
It's going to go fast and loose.
Okay, then go ahead. Go to the next dude.
Okay,
He said
who
go
else
to the
got
next
something new this week?
I'll show this. I want to show this one real quick too. This was my
Okay.
Here we go,
second
Altini.
record.
Yeah, buddy. It's the German Alive.
Oh, look at that.
Oh. I was just going to show that one real quick. So
I
go
need
on
some
to your
more
next guest.
Kiss. I need more Kiss. I'm feeling like I'm stripped naked with just one Kiss album.
Yeah, you got to get
Yeah,
some.
well, yeah, you got to get
Yeah.
some.
No reason why you shouldn't have Kiss Alive.
Yeah.
No,
Even
That's
I
a
have
must.
that. Even I
one
have that
and
one.
two,
Yeah.
and what's platinum, and yeah.
Yeah.
Need
You're
a
gonna
bunch
play
of-
it on a nude beach too.
Yeah.
I've actually really enjoyed the one that I have. I've been playing that. I
Great.
like it. Yeah.
Great.
That's a great collection. I love that.
As a matter of
Yeah.
fact, I think
Kiss
Linda
World.
Foster got her Kiss Alive at the beginning of the week. So hopefully
Yeah.
she busted that thing out and played it, and hopefully she liked it.
She said in chat she got her
No,
first Kiss
yeah,
record ever from the Wizard's Lair.
That's
Well,
right.
Yes.
Wow.
Didn't she get a Prince album as well?
No,
Yeah,
she got
she
a.
got
Colored
Luther
marble. It was
Vandross.
yellow marbled or something.
Oh,
He had
There you
that
go.
same one I had.
Okay.
It's on that gold.
anybody else have
marble.
anything new?
Dan, you got something?
I didn't get anything new this week, but I've got a lot of good classic rock stuff.
Okay.
Well, I got a couple of new things this week, and part of it I was motivated by a conversation we had, and Pat and Michael McVeigh both said, "You need to buy that before it's gone." So I bought it before it was gone, and that's the Beatles 4-album set. You know.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that
Yeah,
Half
you
Speed
can-
Master
Yeah.
for the White Album, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I would have got that. That's
You know,
really
and
nice.
I mean, when you break it down, it's like $11, I think, an album. You know? Well, maybe it's 12 or so, but yeah, 180 grain heavyweight vinyl, and mastered at half speed. New stereo mixes by Giles Martin.
I bet that
So,
thing sounds
anyway,
great.
I don't think I'm even going to open it right now. You know what I'm saying? But,
So does that mean that you play it at 33 and a third, or you play it at 78?
No, you
No,
played
40.
at 45.
45,
but
yeah.
I mean, look at some of these songs. Back in the USSR.
Oh, that whole album's
While my
fantastic.
guitar gently
Mhm.
weeps. I mean, they're just back in the USSR again. Dear Prudence.
Yeah, it
Every
has the demos, the Escher demos on it.
Blackbird. Yeah, I mean, this is just a fantastic album.
It's got Julia on there.
I also got one more. I couldn't resist this one, and I didn't have a copy of Abbey Road, so I had to buy this.
Oh yeah.
Love it. I
Yeah.
love that album.
Yeah, no, I had to get that. I mean, there's a few more Beatles things that I need to replace my old Sgt. Pepper's.
Mm.
Hey,
Hey, how
there.
are you?
Hey, Jason.
How are you?
Hey, we've lost the host.
Oh,
I
He
started to
clicked him-
say, who'd we
He clicked
lose?
himself off. Well, I guess that's it, fellas.
It's a takeover now.
That's right.
Oh, so now it's a free for all, right?
That's right.
Right.
There's no format.
Get that 10-digit album out.
God damn it. I got a new
I'm going to
album.
add myself to the stream. What am I doing?
Yeah, there you go.
Wait, Mikey, what'd you
It's good.
say? Okay. Well, I'm gonna start the classic rock unboxing right now, and I'm gonna start it off with the Eagles' greatest hits.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, Eagles' greatest hits. Fantastic album. The Eagles are one of those bands. I don't care what kind of music or genre you like the most. It's one of those bands. Everybody likes the Eagles. I've never met anybody that doesn't like the Eagles.
I hate the
I
Eagles.
mean, they're just the.
I'm just kidding.
You know, the first time I saw the
there's
Eagles,
so
I
much.
was
I
in
mean, Hotel
California.
California was released in 1977. It was became number one on the the Billboard 100. Became a number one hit, and it was it was released on the album with the same name, Hotel California. I should have bought that album. I saw it recently, but they released. Let's see, this album are songs that were released in between 71 and 75. These songs were released on this on the greatest. I mean, it's just amazing to think how old this is. It just it sounds so timely when you hear it today. Yeah. And they had 18 top 40 hits. And it was the number one selling album of all time until Michael Jackson's Thriller, after his death, topped him.
That's right.
Yeah. So anyway, I love this album.
Now, is that Royce? Is that 1 and 2 put together, or is that just one?
No, just one. It's just
Okay.
it's just a single album. The vinyl's pretty clean. I could find a couple little marks on it, a couple of fine
Custom
scratches.
label.
When I play it, you don't hear anything from it, So it's a great album. It's got the songs on it are just incredible. I mean, Take It Easy, Witchy Woman, Lion Eyes. Lion Eyes was a big hit too. Already Gone, Desperado. I love that song, Desperado. One of These Nights, Tequila Sunrise, Take It to the Limit, Peaceful Easy Feeling, and Best of My Love. And Best of My Love was a huge hit too. It might have been one of their first top hits, Best of My Love. I think it was. I think it might have been their first number one. But anyway, so that's the Eagles, and I'll go ahead and pull this next one out too, and that is Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction.
got it upside down.
Well, that's definitely 70s.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I guess when the faces are upside down, that's the key. Yeah. Okay. So Appetite for Destruction.
Doesn't that fall somewhere between like 79 and 80?
Because everybody in Guns N' Roses is like branching out right now. Look at there's Izzy Stradlin. I even had the album Izzy Stradlin and the Juju Hounds after he left Guns N' Roses.
Okay, so yeah, this does raise the question here for a second.
Okay.
Is that album right now a classic rock album?
Oh God, yes.
Well, I would certainly think so.
it's more than 5 years old.
Does the age of the record, is that all that makes something classic rock? Pat and I had a very long discussion about this today.
Because
think
we were talking about classic rock, late 70s, early 80s.
Yes.
Now this is late 80s.
Right. It is like 87, I think. Yeah. For this album. That's
But
right.
does that album qualify for a
But I did
classic rock
qualify
album?
that by saying more or less late 70s, mid 80s.
Loophole.
No, but what I think that the
It
classic,
is to me.
it has to do with the sound also.
I agree, Altini.
Okay, because the Appetite for Destruction, the sound is such a fucking classic rock
Oh
sound.
my God. Yeah.
Come on, you could be mine. Are you kidding me? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so it's definitely classic rock in my opinion.
Definitely. No. I agree 100%. This is a great album. I love this album.
All right. Let's go a step further.
And you know what's interesting is what everybody's doing today. I mean, you've got, I don't know how many of you guys have seen Steven Adler. Steven Adler on there's been a big concert he went to, but he's been in. I mean, he's formed his own band. I think it's called Adler's Appetite.
Right.
Been around for about 20 years.
I've seen 3 of their videos playing at the concert. What was that?
Been around for about 20 years. He's been doing it for a long time.
Appetite for a needle.
Yeah.
He's got a new line.
The new band has almost a clone of Axl Rose. I mean, the
guy's really good.
Down, he must have been in an Axl Rose or a GNR tribute band.
He was.
It was Steven Adler because
he was. Yeah.
All the.
What were we going to say, Jason?
He sings just like him. I mean, it's actually a very good band. I listened to him do. Let's see, Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine. I'm trying to think of what the third song was. Another one of their bigger hits, but I liked all 3 of them. They sounded really good. And I've met Steven Adler a few times. He used to come up to the Sunset Wino shows at Rava Winery, and he sat in on a couple of songs. But you know, Eric Singer was also there, and Tommy.
Okay, Eddie Trunk, take it easy.
Huh?
How heavy are those names you're dropping?
Like Eddie Trunk.
Well, there were so many good drummers. I think I told the story once before. You had Tommy Clufetus from Ozzy and Black Sabbath. You had Eric Singer came to all the shows. You had Steven Adler came to all the shows. It was always frustrated because nobody let him sit at the drum set. And then, but the funniest one of all was Slim Jim Phantom of the Stray Cats, who had the Cat Club, in Sunset. But anyway, Slim Jim Phantom, he could never get past, Eric and Tommy and get to the drums. And sometimes Eric and Tommy Clufetus sat at the same drum set playing. And that's something you'll never see anywhere. And but so Slim Jim stood over here with a snare drum and a cymbal. I always felt kind of sorry for him. He couldn't elbow his way into the drum set. And then one day I was watching a Stray Cats video. There's a full frickin' drum set sitting there. And what's Slim Jim doing? He's standing off to the side with a snare drum and a cymbal. Like, what's this fucking style?
They gave Slim Jim the tambourine.
Huh?
They gave Slim Jim the tambourine.
That's what you get when you look like Kramer from fucking Seinfeld.
Okay,
Jason, what were you gonna say?
We'll get it. We'll do it. We'll get to it.
Oh man, that's bullshit. I was going to show that, and I didn't think it was classic. Go ahead.
That's why I whipped it out so quick. I didn't know what was coming.
That's what she said.
No, I whipped it out so quick. I didn't even know it was coming.
or when. But this is an original pressing here. This is not new at all. In fact, it's a little bit beat up. In fact, I almost didn't show it. I like to show really pristine stuff, but it's playable. This is actually the better side. There are a couple of scratches on this side that
I had that one queued up myself.
Well played.
Did you? Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. You can almost make anything look pristine if you move it around enough. Anyway.
That's why when you play a diamond, they twitch it back and forth to make it look better than it is.
Right. That's right. So anyway, really the only other thing I might as well just get it all out of the way right now. I got 3 copies of this and 8 albums total by this band, and I don't know where they all came from. They're just like filling up a half a freaking crate, And it's the Moody Blues, Days of Future Past, with Nights in White Satin. I have 3 of these albums.
Nights in White Sabbath.
Yeah, and White Sabbath, yeah.
Have another cocktail, Royce.
I'd like to. Give my wife.
Give me one of them, Roy, since you got 3.
But this is with the London Festival Orchestra, and these guys were really popular. I mean, I know I'm a little older than some of you guys, but they were really popular.
Oh yeah,
back in the day, like late '60s and stuff. And
I'm sure you and Altini can talk about it.
Yeah.
And the vinyl's really clean. I didn't look at all three of them and try to pick the best one because as I remember, they were all decent. But I've got three of these frickin' things. If anybody wants one, let me know. I'll send it to them.
Jeff just said it. He said, "Yeah, send him one."
Okay. Yeah, well, just send me your address. I've got all kinds of boxes from previous orders. I threw most of them out, but I've still got a few. And it's got, evening, the nights in white satin. The afternoons, you got nights, you got afternoons. They got all the bases covered here.
Nice.
The day begins. Dawn is a feeling. Dawn. The morning.
They were always very super mellow, you know.
They were
that's what
super mellow. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of those 8 hoses on the pipe kind of a things, you know.
Fucking Quaalude music.
Good to put on late at night.
I
love you. Yes, I love you.
But it was good music though. I liked it.
always liked the name of their albums. They always had kind of odd names for their albums.
Yeah.
Like Days of Future Past.
Right.
In Search of the Lost Chord. On the Threshold of a Dream.
I'll show something real quick. Let me grab it.
I love Hot Fix Enemas. Wait to go get another cocktail.
Mikey, was
find
you
it.
on
Wait,
today's
Jason.
show?
Wait, Jason, what the hell were you going to say?
I won't.
I was just going to continue that conversation about what is classic rock, but we'll get into it.
This is all Moody Blues. Okay.
Wow.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, it's got let's see.
I think we have enough time for that, Royce.
In Search of the Lost Child. No, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna. Okay. The other two, Days of Future Past.
Others want to show their
This
records.
is a good one here. To Our Children's Children's Children.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay. The Moody Blues, Seventh Sojourn.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Seventh Sojourn.
You bought
The
it.
Moody Blues. I like this one. Every good boy deserves favor.
You bought it.
Well, I got it.
He did buy it.
Sojourn. 2 Seventh Sojourns.
Holy
The Moody
shit.
Blues. On the Threshold of a Dream.
Well, guys, we're seeing them no matter what. Okay.
Which is a gatefold.
I love you, Pat.
The Moody
You're
Blues.
so funny.
Last one. Question of balance. Okay.
Are you sure that's the last one?
I'm sure.
We got another 45 minutes to go. So
Okay, I'm
Those
done.
tracks.
I'm done. Who's going next? I'm done.
Jason. Jason's going next.
Me?
He's got something to fucking say.
No.
oh yeah. Okay,
I
go
was
ahead,
just
Jason.
I was just trying to continue that conversation about what makes something classic rock. Pat and I talked about it a long time today. I even got on some classic rock websites and read definitions of classic rock,
Right.
and so I was just wondering, I asked that question, does age make a rock record classic rock? So, and we're talking about Guns N' Roses.
Right.
Because that record's 35 years old and it's a rock record, does it make it a classic rock record?
Right.
So in Nashville here we have a huge 100,000 watt radio station that's a classic rock radio station, and they're now playing stuff off Nirvana, Nevermind, and Pearl Jam. Are they
Right.
classic rock now? That's 30 years old.
I think so.
Wait, Dan, what?
Yeah.
That's
That's a
See
great
you, Pat.
point.
I mean, I'm just curious. I think it's an interesting discussion to have because in my mind, classic rock, is from the early 60s to the early 80s.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
almost a guitar driven kind of, rock and roll. So of course, starting with the Beatles and the Stones and stuff like that. And then when you go up
Yeah.
in through the 70s, you've got your
Right.
Aerosmiths and Ted Nugent's and those kinds of bands.
All classic
Maybe
rock.
you touch a little bit in the early 80s, but
Yeah.
when you get when you get to Guns N' Roses, you got a hard rock, almost metal record, and
Yeah. I can
does
see
it
that.
really does it really fit the definition of classic rock? And it's subjective, I know, but
It's subjective. That's a really good point. To me, it starts to get to be. You're right as you get into the later 80s and stuff like that. And that's Mikey. When Mikey suggested this show, he said later 70s to mid 80s. And And
I think
almost
I think it goes into the 90s.
Into that, but
it does go to the 90s. It's because you got to count the sound. A guitar-driven song, right, with heavy drums is a classic rock thing. You know what I'm saying?
I get your point.
To me, to be classic rock, it has to have been popular rock too.
Exactly.
Oh,
There
sure.
you go.
Well,
Sure.
Jason did make a point earlier. Am I on, guys?
You're
Yeah.
on, Pat.
Okay,
You're on.
Okay, Jason did make a point earlier. He goes, "Well, if you remember when we were younger, the 50s were only like 30 years before us, and that was considered what did we say it was?
Oh, it's oldies.
Oldies.
Buddy Holly would be
Oldies, yeah.
oldies. He wouldn't be
Oldies.
called
Yeah,
classic
oldies.
rock.
Okay,
So
but oldies,
so today, if our generation right now, the majority of us on this podcast right now, if we're listening to Led Zeppelin, is that our oldies?
Or
Yeah.
is it
'Cause that's
classic
50
rock?
years old.
That's
No,
right.
That's 50
Yeah,
years old.
it is.
But
It is.
this-
It takes me back to
When
high
you say
school.
oldies, when you say oldies, everybody in their head is doo-wop.
Think?
That's part of it. That's true.
Okay, that
Yeah.
is oldies. You
But,
don't
but so,
Zeppelin
so,
old.
Okay.
so in 1988, Altini, if you were listening to an oldies rock station, put us all back up, Royce, if you can.
Okay, sorry, man.
If you were in 1988 or 90, if you were listening to a quote unquote oldies station, what would be playing? Would it just be doo wop? No, they would probably play
more
Buddy Holly.
I think it'd be more in the 60s music.
60s and 50s, yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
You know, the
But I
class-
think that they walk hand in hand, oldies and classic rock. You could
Mm.
See, I don't think so.
together.
I don't think so at
Yeah.
all. I think they're two totally
Yeah.
different types of music.
Yeah.
You know, I think
Yeah.
classic rock lends itself to, it's almost verging on arena rock. You know, it's big Boston, big guitars, big sound.
right.
You know, the Aerosmith, that kind of stuff. You know, Beatles.
Well,
You know,
let me ask you this, because
Rolling
big as
Stones.
Nirvana is, that was arena rock for that era. So, say Nirvana versus the Melvins, which is the same era.
Mhm.
The Melvins are not classic rock.
No,
Nirvana is fucking grunge. Either way,
Yeah,
you
it's not-
Nirvana
yeah.
is grunge. That's
It's
right.
not
They
rock.
have their
Yeah,
own
right.
definition.
Dan,
Yeah.
you got to jump in here because to me, you're from the '60s, and what's your fucking opinion, man?
Well, to me, there's a whole lot of parts of the equation. It's not just one
Sure.
thing. There's a lot
Right.
of different parts.
Yeah.
To me, just like you said, classic rock to me is, personally, I would say from 71, 72 to probably about, I don't know, 85. But you still had a lot of bands from that era that continued putting out music
Oh,
after,
sure.
after that time frame, which still
Absolutely.
puts it back in the classic rock, even though it's newer stuff from them.
Right, right.
But like Nirvana, I don't consider them rock. So they can't be classic rock. It's a form of rock. It's a spinoff of rock. There were so many branches in rock and roll as it progressed through the years. There's so many turnoffs, but to me, classic rock is all the stuff that was in the center, not the spinoffs on the side, not the pop. A lot of things that popped off on the sides. But to me, the true rock and roll is in the center. You even got heavy metal that, I don't consider heavy metal classic rock.
I don't either. That's right.
Because it's a spinoff of what the main source rock and roll.
I wouldn't call Black Sabbath classic rock. I would call them heavy metal. But you could put a band that came out right beside of them. Aerosmith, I think, falls squarely in classic rock.
Now, when you look at Black Sabbath, see, they're considered heavy metal now. But when they were popular in the early 70s, we called it acid rock.
Oh, sure,
It was
absolutely.
totally different genre.
Because it wasn't, the term wasn't invented yet, and you had to you put it in something. You had to put it in something, and that was its closest, brother. There was acid rock. Sure.
Well, this
Ozzy-
is a conversation because I was
hated
trying to
that
decide tonight what to show. I was looking at Metallica. I was looking at, Black Sabbath. And I go, no. I got to put
That's
these
more
away
like
for
on the hard rock heavy metal side of
unboxing.
things.
I
Yeah.
have to put these away for a heavy metal unboxing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I
But I
think.
have a lot of Rolling Stones too, and you can't deny. I mean, these guys started what, 1963, And
And
they're
see,
classic
to me,
rock.
that's the epitome of classic rock.
I would put
Yeah.
Rolling Stones in classic rock,
Yeah.
even though they
Yeah.
started before the 70s.
Right. Yeah, you have to.
Like I said, they're kind of on the, the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, all those back in the 60s. They're at the original source of the rock
Right.
and roll, and these other, like I said, they're little spin-offs from rock and roll.
Right.
And to me, to be classic rock, you got to be in that center. You can't be one of the spin-offs, the different genres off the side.
Well, that makes sense too. I thought it was interesting what you said about grunge, because I consider grunge rock and roll too. But you're right. It's not what might ever be considered classic rock, because it is kind of a spin-off.
Right. That's how I feel.
But the age makes it
Right.
Yeah,
The age-
almost a
the
classic
age is-
rock.
the age is
boils
part
down
of it.
to age and popularity to me.
I think it's
Popularity.
age and sound.
Yeah, it's
Well,
age,
that's
sound.
true. The classic rock stations played the popular songs from the eras.
It's like Soundgarden. Would you consider Soundgarden classic rock?
Mm.
Now you might consider them.
Yeah,
Right,
I don't know.
because they're 30 years on from their
Yeah.
peak, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't call
popular.
anything 1990
Where
on
did the time go? 30,
classic
they're
rock.
30 years on. That's crazy.
Yeah.
To me, it's hard for me to call anything out of Seattle anything but grunge.
Classic rock.
That's right.
right.
Yeah,
To me, it's not classic
Well,
rock.
well, Dan, I got a question for you.
Early Seattle, Jimi Hendrix. What would you call Jimi Hendrix? I call it classic rock.
That's classic
That's
rock.
classic rock. Yeah.
That's classic rock. Yep.
Yeah.
Now, Dan, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Do you like that music out of Seattle? Do you like that?
I've never been a big fan. No.
Okay, so it's not classic rock to him. And that's what it boils down to.
A lot of it is
Popularity and
yeah, a lot
age.
of it, a lot of it is perception on your taste.
Right.
I think it has to boil down to when the public at large started thinking of a genre of music as classic rock and what bands fit into that mold at that time. And
Right.
we started seeing things being called classic rock in the mid to late 80s.
That's right.
And it
'Cause
was I just don't think you can call anything 90 on classic rock. You just can't.
There wasn't any rock and roll before the 50s and 60s.
I'm
you
aware
know?
of that. I know that.
Right, but I just have to say this: an interview with Ozzy Osbourne, he hated that he was considered heavy metal.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
Because he always considered himself a rock and roller.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
And to me,
That's interesting.
Well, Motorhead considered themselves they didn't like to be considered like heavy metal. They just called themselves a loud, fast rock and roll band.
Right. Unfortunately, Ozzy Osbourne and Tony Iommi and Geezer Butler, Bill Ward created something that they didn't know what it was called. So
Yeah,
they didn't,
created a sound, and
they
that was
they
something totally different. Yes.
they created a sound that was totally different, and
Totally
it got
different.
labeled something. It got labeled something, and they didn't really have any say in no matter what it was labeled. The public labeled it.
Mhm.
Right. The funny thing is, what this came to mind was, so I go to see Aerosmith at the Garden. But we never said, oh, here comes Aerosmith, the classic rock. It was just rock and roll,
Oh, of course.
Mhm.
rock and roll band. But then later on, down the road, when we got
That's
older,
right.
and the
Right.
radio stations,
That's right.
the motherfuckers that did it.
That's
then-
right.
And everybody, they start labeling everything, and they became specialized radio stations.
That's exactly what I was saying. And in between, the mid to late 80s, you had radio stations come along and start saying these bands in this era that sound like this are what's called classic rock.
Right.
And that's what
And
they're
now
identified
there's so
as.
many subgenres, it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Right.
And
You know,
so if
to
you
me,
take
to-
that
to me
original, sorry, Pat, go ahead.
to me personally, okay, and this is just on the term, I understand that there are genres and subgenres, but to me, if you take an electric guitar and you plug it in and crank that sucker up, it's rock and roll.
It's rock and roll, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Absolutely. I totally agree with you. I'm just
Well,
saying, when you take that original definition of classic rock that was invented somewhere between the mid 80s and the late 80s by radio stations, if you apply that definition to Nirvana and Pearl Jam, it doesn't fit. They don't fit in the mold.
But
You
it
know?
evolves.
Well,
It evolves.
they may not fit in the mold of classic
Does it?
rock, but I really, really like, Nirvana. I think Nirvana's a great band. I thought Kurt Cobain was like the second coming of Bob Dylan.
Oh, once again, will you look at the time?
I like them, but they're not my favorite of the era.
Well,
You're on a roll tonight, Royce.
the classic rock term was. Wonder if that came up because of the baby boomers. Are we the ones that created that? Because that was our music. That was our music, and then we got old.
I think
so it's classic now.
I think you had to have something that differentiated what was going on in the 80s, which was 80s metal, glam metal, hair metal, those bands. You had to have something that differentiated that kind of rock station from the kind of rock station that played Zeppelin and Aerosmith, and you had to call it something, and it got called classic rock.
Yeah, well, we had kind of the same conversation when it came to our glam metal, glam rock unboxing.
Yeah,
right.
Because it just gets complicated. You could make it as complicated as you
want. Oh, sure.
Yeah.
There was a station in Nashville that I listened to growing up called 103.3 WKDF, Nashville pure rock and roll station. And their little tagline under that was, "We play classic rock in today's heavy metal."
Coming up next, we got Led Zeppelin.
And today's heavy metal, yeah.
It would be Rat, Led Zeppelin.
I got to do a shout out. Jordan the Lions in the chat.
Oh, Jordan.
And
thanks for
Jordan's
making our buddy an internet
Jordan and I
sensation.
filmed a video in London, England, in the alley where Bob Dylan was trying to prove that there was no foul language in Subterranean Homesick Blues. He was being criticized for using foul language. So Bob Dylan, this may be the very first rock video. Bob Dylan took a bunch of big white placards and stood in this alley, and the words of the song were on the placards where you could read them. And he'd throw one, then the next one, then he'd throw it. And he wanted to prove that there was no foul language in the song. And Jordan and I actually filmed that alley with that song playing and him throwing those placards on the other phone.
You know what? Maybe I should do that. Right?
You'd never make it.
No, Mikey Altini's been on 2 shows this week with Jordan.
Yeah.
I watched the one today where you went to the bad boys school and you got cut up after, then you bludgeoned the guy to death, I guess. I think he survived.
But remember, that was in my youth. That was like, in the early 90s, when I was a mean fighting machine. Now I couldn't, right now I couldn't find my way out of a paper bag. So, no, but I got to tell you, Jordan is one of the coolest guys to hang around with.
Oh, yeah.
He is really the best, man.
Yeah.
We went all over Staten Island, and they
I
were
watched
showing
that one. I watched that one too. You guys went to that school with the big doors. Tell me.
Well, that was a church.
The church.
The church. It was
Godfather Church.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
Our
we were at a
Lady,
church.
Our Lady of the Rear End Collision.
Hello.
I'm only kidding. No, that was the church where they filmed The Godfather.
That's right. That's what it was. Yeah. And you went to several different places, Godfather type locations and stuff. That was cool. I mean, that's probably my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah, we had a great couple of days, and I brought him to a regular pizzeria, and he said ricotta. That's all he had to say was he wanted with ricotta. I was like, what the fuck? Where did you come from, ricotta?
Yeah, I mean,
and then the waitress got involved. What do you want, calamari too? So that was right. Well, excuse me, I gotta take this. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Let's get back to our
Jason,
classic rock unboxing. Who's next?
Who, me?
Well,
me next?
Yeah, because we. I got way too many records. So.
Yeah, I'm not going to show too much, but it was funny because Royce was talking about how he always wanted to show like pristine records and stuff like that, and I wanted to show a few of the things because I'm the youngest guy here, and I was kind of brought up in. I was born in 75, so I was brought up listening to, my dad's records in the house, and I actually have some of those. He's passed away now, and but they're all destroyed because I took them in my room as a 5-year-old and destroyed them. But
well played.
These are the records that started my love of rock and roll outside of Kiss, because Kiss was the first records I ever had. But this is all drawn on, and it's a little embarrassing, but I love this Free record.
Nice.
Oh,
So, and
okay.
it's
Cool.
just beat to a pulp, and it's got my dad's name. My mom wrote my dad's name on it and everything. And,
Oh, that's cool.
it's just, doesn't even have an inner sleeve. But this is one of the first records I remember hearing, outside of Kiss. And
Right. He's
Is that
still
the,
one
is
of
that
the
the first
greatest
Free
singers.
album, Jason?
it's Fire and Water. So,
Fire
was
and-
that
what
their
a great
first?
record, yeah.
And
God,
then,
he's
a great
such a
record.
great singer
that
still.
reminds me of my Beatles, original Beatles Help album. My younger brother took an ink pen and drew horns on all the Beatles,
Oh yes, I've got some Beatles coming up here. So like here's a collection of Beatles oldies, kind of greatest hits that come out in the mid '60s or something. But
I've never seen that.
yeah, and
I've
it's
never
got
seen
some
that.
writing
What is
and
that?
some songs underlined on the back.
I have never seen that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Is
I
it
don't think I've
actually
seen
the
that.
Beatles?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely
Oh.
the Beatles. This came out in I think '66, maybe I think is when it came out.
Cool.
Wow.
And it's EMI. It says long play records. Got a bunch of
Yeah.
My Dad Loves My Mom on there, and
Aw.
so and
That's awesome.
it's all beaten to pieces too. I mean, look at it. I mean, it is beaten
Yeah,
to
Parlophone.
pieces. It's an old
Hey, your dad could have
Parlophone.
bought that for your
Parlophone
mom,
UK
actually.
pressing.
This was in my dad's record collection before him and my mom met. So
I've got two old Parlophone Beatles albums.
and
Revolver
then
and Help.
yeah, and then these. I think it was like 1980 when they put these Volume 1 and Volume 2 Beatles hit
Oh yeah.
hit set out. I loved these things. I
Yeah.
played these.
Those are good.
Yeah, these
Look
were
at that.
really good sets, and
Yeah.
my mom wrote my dad's name on it again, and so I mean they're really just beaten to pieces, but they are well loved and well played, and
Oh yeah.
I still have them. I don't play them now because I have much better copies of stuff, but
Right.
that they stay in my little shelf of my dad's stuff. But
Nice.
That's cool.
One more. Here's a Rascals Greatest Hits.
Oh, there you go. Rascal.
Wow.
Loved this record so much, man. Such a cool cover.
Now, what were some of the songs on that, Jason? The
Yeah,
Rascals.
it has hold on. It's got this wonderful. It's got Good Lovin', of course. You Better Run. God, I love You Better Run. So, Come On Up. Mustang Sally. Love's a Beautiful Thing. In the Midnight Hour. Lonely
Oh,
Too
yeah.
Long. Groovin'. A Girl Like You. How Can I Be Sure?
Groovin'. Oh, I
Yeah.
love that song. Groovin'.
Just a great record.
on a Sunday afternoon.
That's right, man. So good stuff.
It's some really good
Mhm.
soul stuff there too. A couple of those albums, a couple of
Yeah.
those songs. I mean, let's see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay, I'm back.
but as far as my stuff goes, again, I don't buy much vinyl outside of Kiss and some 80s metal stuff, but I just wanted to show one of my all-time favorite classic rock records that probably doesn't get talked about a lot and may even fall into that category of maybe it's a little too heavy to be considered classic rock, but I love every song on this record.
No, I think this actually does fall right in.
Good,
in it.
good. I'm glad you thought so. I love every song
Yeah.
on this record. This is my original copy. But I just love Nazareth Hair the Dog.
Oh, Nazareth. Yeah.
Hair the
Classic
Dog.
rock. Yep.
Dan McCafferty, amazing vocals. Just a cool record, a cool cover. It's A&M.
Uh-huh.
Some of those old bands were just so great.
Yeah, the cover is awesome.
Its cover is amazing to stare at.
Jason, when you broke up with your girlfriend, every time, how many times did you play Love
Play
Hurts?
Yeah. Funny you mentioned that, Pat, because my girlfriend in high school, her name was Amanda, and well, you can imagine I probably listened to this a lot, right?
Awesome. There you go.
Third Stage with Amanda on it,
That's funny. I have
Right,
that queued
right.
up here too. Yeah.
That's right.
That's cool. You have that on vinyl.
Yeah, Third Stage. Yeah.
What a fantastic
Yeah.
sounding record.
Pat's
that is.
Pat's
Oh my
got
gosh.
the fourth Boston record, which is super uber rare. But the only other one I was going to show, this came out in the mid '80s, but it's kind of a a live collection of classic songs, but I want to show it for a specific reason. I do have Aerosmith Classics Live, but this is Mexican.
Kiss My Wax Records, yeah.
This is Mexican.
That's Mexican, huh?
Yeah.
How's it sound?
It's dirty.
Dirty.
Yeah.
They sing in Mexican.
They do not sing in Mexican or Spanish. But yeah, it's pretty neat. You know, it's got all that stuff on the bottom of it there.
Yeah.
El Discos, El Cultura. Yeah.
It's like
So
directions to the border.
that's right. So, but that's all I was going to show. Unless you want me to show that 600 Kiss records, we'll call them classic rock.
Hey,
Show
well,
us.
okay. Let me ask you guys a question now.
Sure.
Like you know, you can make a whole show out of so many different artists. I mean, you can go
Oh,
you
sure.
have 5 shows on the Beatles, 5 shows on the Rolling Stones, 5 shows on the Beach Boys. But like I've got I think 4 Three Dog Night albums. It doesn't really seem like you could make a show out of Three Dog Night. So what would that just be another classic rock?
Classic rock.
Yeah, to me that's classic rock. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you noticed.
Okay.
I don't know if you noticed, but Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
That's right.
He was.
He was a
yes,
good friend of
yes.
mine.
Never fucking could understand a word he said.
You know, that was a good band though.
Well,
I
help
really
him drink
enjoyed
the
that
wine.
band. They had good songs.
Oh, I love Three Dog.
Yeah,
Night.
they did have.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I have quite a bit of Van Morrison too. I mean, Van Morrison goes all the way back to singing the song "Gloria," you know, which was a big hit when I was in junior high. You know,
I love the
Well, we
Doors
should go-
version of that too.
Who do you think you should go next, Royce?
well, let's see. Dan hasn't gone.
I've got a few things here. You
Show
know,
the goods.
Jason was just talking about showed that Nazareth album.
Mhm.
Well, in early, I think it was 2001, 2002, the lead guitar player Manny Charlton actually lives in Fort Worth, and he got his own little local band going. And I hung out with that guy for a couple of years.
Wow.
You know, so that was pretty cool
That's
hanging out
cool.
with Manny. I got a lot of pictures of. There's a hangar up north. He used to practice in this airplane hangar.
He doesn't get as much credit, but he was a riff master, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I guess he's probably pretty old now. I mean, he was pretty old 20 years ago. So hopefully he's still alive, but you know, I haven't heard from him in years, but yeah, one of my favorite albums when I was growing up would be Aqualung.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
Now this
Yeah,
is
see, to me that falls right in the in line of classic rock.
now this came out, I believe, in 1971. I bought it when it came out, so this is my original album from 1971.
Nice.
Got the gatefolds.
What was running down his nose?
Snot.
Yeah.
Greasy fingers too. Wearing
Yeah.
wearing shabby clothes.
That's right.
Also in the album, we've got the little insert that came with it.
Cool.
Cool.
I wouldn't- you know,
Was that Barrymore
That's
Barlow
cool.
on drums on that record?
I have that album too. I should pull that out and see what.
Oh, it's a great
I've
record.
got the same stuff.
And it's definitely classic rock.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Dan, is that
Ro-
Barrymore Barlow on drums?
Let me look real quick. Where is it at? I'm not really seeing it.
Okay.
Okay, let's see, piano. Clive Bunker.
Hmm.
I think it's.
I've got a question about did Tony Iommi ever actually record with them, or did he just tour with them?
I don't
with-
know.
There's a Rolling Stones Rock and Roll Circus video, and it's got them on it, and Tony is playing guitar for them at the time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
See, and this is on the old green chrysalis label.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Right. Yeah.
Chrysalis.
Yeah. I like that. That's cool.
And it's in pretty good shape considering I've had this thing forever.
No kidding, right? So you didn't sit down with markers and pens and write all over your records, did you?
No, I actually took care of all my stuff. You know,
I-
Yeah,
well,
it's in great shape.
I took care of everything once I got a little older, but
You know, I still got Matchbox cars, the 1967 complete
That's awesome.
collection from when I was 10 years old.
Incredible.
Oh my gosh.
And they don't have a
Incredible.
scratch on them. Don't have a scratch on them.
Wow.
Incredible.
Well, I still have all my old slot cars that we actually made our own frames, wound our own motors, and I was one of the champions at this track in Vegas on Boulder Highway.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Another album I really like here is, bought this when it first came out. I was just about ready to get out of the military. And I
There you go, my
Great
girls.
record.
discovered
Yeah.
Heart.
Right.
Oh my God, I love them so much.
Yeah,
What a
this was released in May of 1977.
Mm.
Oh,
And they were
what a
released,
cover.
and this was you can tell, got a little dust there. They were on the Portrait
Mhm.
label.
Yep.
And later on, they went on a couple other different labels, but Portrait was
What is that? Is that Dog and Butterfly? Is that what that is?
No, this
Little
was
Queen.
Little Queen.
Oh, Little Queen. Okay.
And I guess when this label started, the person that recorded the most on Portrait label was Cyndi Lauper. Then I guess later on they went ahead and switched to another label.
They went to Epic.
Epic, that's right. Then I've got. Now I love this one. I saw these guys in concert. You know, everybody talks about Zeppelin. You know, everybody loves Jimmy Page.
Uh-huh.
He was also excellent in The Firm.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh
yes.
yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Jimmy Page.
Great record.
And
Wow.
when I saw them in concert, not only did they play Bad Company songs, and songs from The Firm, but they also played Zeppelin tunes as well. Dazed and Confused is one of them, and that's when Jimmy's got his violin bow.
Uh-huh.
I saw that when he did it with
so
Zeppelin,
cool.
and I saw him when he did it with The Firm, so that was pretty cool. And my
Yeah,
wife never saw Zeppelin, and the Zeppelin had that movie "Song Remains the Same."
Uh-huh.
And
Right.
they show him doing it in that movie. And I told my wife,
Sure.
I said, you ought to see Zeppelin doing that live. It's unbelievable. Then we got to see The Firm, and he did it, So that had
Nice.
Wow.
had the green lasers.
What was the name of that movie again?
Oh, the Song Remains the Same.
Pat, you got that?
Now, one of the things they did on here was pretty cool.
That is neat.
On the B side, there's nothing but their logo on there.
That is
Right.
great.
Cool.
Just their logo.
Hmm.
Now, on this side, they got to listen to all the songs. If you notice, it says this side and other side.
Yeah, I love it. I love that.
Wow,
That's great.
funny.
So
Yeah.
because there's really nothing.
That's funny.
on-
Jason and I were
nothing
just
like
talking
that.
about labels.
We
too.
were just talking about labels. Yep.
Nice one.
We were just creating labels for our Slaughter record to press or print, and I was wondering what Pat thought about labels that didn't have any text on it.
Hmm.
One thing I was kind of disappointed about, I don't know if this is because of age, but look how faded that is.
Wow.
It hasn't been out in the sun for sure. It's been inside the albums. I don't know I can't remember if that was originally that light, but both sides are really light. It's hard to see it, but
very light,
That's a fuck up. There's no way that would be that light.
just a
Misprint.
degradation of the ink. I mean,
Yeah, something like
Probably-
that. It's bad ink.
Probably running. The QC department didn't grab that one and throw it to the side.
Looks
Right.
like it's missing one
Or-
of the color sheets.
Yeah.
and the last one I got, I wasn't a big fan of this guy, but I did like some of the music. My wife loved him. Huey Lewis in the
I
News,
love
Oh,
you.
yeah.
sports.
We saw Betty and I saw him in concert. I think 2 years in a row at the Paso Fairgrounds. I enjoyed him. I mean, I didn't pay much attention to him till he came to town, and then once I saw him, I kind of became a fan.
See,
I
now, to
saw
me,
him on
that there would fall in classic rock just because of its age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not because of the sound.
Yeah.
I saw him on that tour, and guess who the opener was? Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh wow,
Huh.
Wow.
And Sam Cooke.
Sam Cooke.
Sam Cooke.
Yes, Sam Cooke.
I'm
Juan,
gonna
do you
tell
listen?
you,
Elvis Presley.
about 5 or 6 years ago, Huey Lewis came to Staten Island, a small place. He had the Tower Power horn section with him.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Man, that was, I'm telling you, it was great. Before, he got a virus and lost his hearing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Huey Lewis did?
yeah.
Oh, I never heard that.
He also plays saxophone on the Thin Lizzy the live album, Live and Dangerous.
This was 1985, I believe. Yeah, this album really kicked it all off for him. I mean, it's got all the big songs on here.
I should have pulled that out. That's a good
I
one.
want a new drug.
Yeah, I got The Heart of Rock and Roll, Heart and Soul, Bad is Bad, I Want a New Drug,
Yeah.
Walking on a Thin Line, Finally Found a Home, If This Is It,
Mhm.
You Crack Me Up, Honky Tonk Blues.
Great record.
Yeah, after we saw him in concert, we bought some of his music. We enjoyed listening to him. Hey Dan, did you mention that Ian Anderson and Jethro Tull played flute, and he was the front man? And a big tall guy, real long hair down past his shoulders, stood up there and played the flute. It was really a sight to behold. I saw him in concert.
Yeah,
I
he
think
was definitely a trip to watch.
They
Yeah, I
played
saw-
at like the Ice Palace in Las Vegas, I think, in about 1970. I saw him in concert there.
Yeah,
I saw him at the Aladdin.
I saw him in San Diego in '77, sold out show.
Yeah.
And I remember they used to call him the one-legged minstrel because he would stand there on one leg with the other leg up by his knee while he's playing the flute. It's pretty
Oh,
cool.
no, he was a real sight to behold up on stage. I
Yeah,
I
He was very animatronic-like,
I've
you
ever
know?
seen,
There was one part of the concert where he got back into the drum section. It looked like he was standing up on the drummer's stool playing the flute.
Oh,
So he
wow.
was all over the stage. But
Yeah.
one of the best concerts I ever went to.
Yeah, it's a great show. Yeah. And I mean, when was the last time you saw the flutist as a front man?
Yeah.
Never.
Never.
That's basically all I've got for tonight.
Okay.
Good choices.
Well, I was wrong. I don't have Aqualung. I've got War Child from Jethro Tull. War Child, and I've got I shouldn't be showing these. Too Old to Rock and Roll, Too Young to Die, Jethro Tull. Yeah. Anyway.
Nice.
I thought I'd flash them on the screen.
Royce had his turn. Come on. What did you say, Pat? We have what is it? Not a system. There's some shit that we got to follow.
A regiment?
Yeah, whatever. Keep on going back to Royce.
Yeah,
We're going to be here for 3 fucking hours.
That's long out the door.
You stayed pretty close to the schedule tonight.
That's funny.
All right. Anyway, you're on, Pat. What do you got?
Pat pulled
Oh,
out
okay.
97 records today, so get
Yeah,
ready.
I did pull out a
I'm
lot.
down.
but I'll try to go through them real quick. When it comes to like we were talking, this this kind of rock and roll has a sound, and without this particular guitar sound, this kind of sets classic rock in its own little category, and it's Van Halen.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
And this is
Seen that
for
cover
those
before.
of you that don't know, this is the promo EP, or no, is
Oh,
it an
neat.
EP? Maybe no. I think it's only 2 songs. I think it's Jamie's Crying and Running with the Devil, I think.
Wow.
But this is the original Van Halen logo, so they had to change that
I see.
for the second record. And the second record, they kind of borrowed that from the Jimi Hendrix logo. So,
Right.
but this one here is on a beautiful, beautiful red vinyl.
Oh, that is nice.
And notice the Looney Tunes
Yeah, I
label
can't
there.
believe that. What's that all about?
Right.
It's just a Warner Brothers kind of thing.
Okay.
Oh, Warner
Yeah,
Brothers.
but is that Porky Pig on there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's
That's
all.
not Porky
folks.
Pig.
That's
Oh,
Elmer
not the
Fudd.
Folks.
It's Elmer
Elmer
Fudd, I
Fudd.
believe. Yeah, Elmer Fudd.
It's a
Oh, it's
mean-looking
Elmer
fight.
Fudd.
Yeah, so these are actually kind of hard to find these days. But
Great
yeah,
collection.
this
Oh,
this
I've
is
never
1978, probably recorded in 76, 77, somewhere around there. So that to me that falls right in line with the classic rock kind of thing.
Yeah.
Next we have, and these are kind of like in alphabetical order. Sorry guys, but this is Aerosmith, Draw the Line.
I've got
And
that.
somebody
okay.
did draw all over this.
Well, that's what. Were they still all hopped up on coke then?
Look at Joe Perry.
No, probably,
when-
probably.
Because Draw the Line was about snorting lines. So,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
thought
Draw
that's
the-
when they went
yeah.
to rehab.
Yeah. So here's the
Okay,
inner sleeve.
Wait, were they on Geffen Records yet? Let's put it that way.
No.
Let's take a look here.
Nope.
No, this is
Columbia.
Columbia.
All right. Because when they went to Geffen Records, when they signed on, they had it all go to rehab and get
Yeah.
drugged out.
I think Done with
Oh, sure,
Mirrors.
sure.
Done with Mirrors was the first Geffen record, wasn't it?
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Draw the Line's got what, Kings and Queens on it.
That's
Oh,
a great,
that's so good.
Gosh, it's so hard for me to see you guys. I'm sorry.
but it's a great
Um,
record.
Yeah.
I mean, so you can't go wrong with
It
any.
speaks for itself.
What's the
and-
one?
and-
Milk Cow Blues. I like that one.
Yeah. And of course, we can't go anywhere without a little.
I was
right.
throwing that one out. I was going to show that one. Thanks, Pat.
Sorry. Okay. So I'll let Altini finish that one.
No, go ahead. I ain't fucking done.
Okay, so you've got all the Boston records, but since Jason pointed something out earlier, I'll go ahead and show this is kind of jumping the gun here a little bit, but this is, since this is a vinyl show, and sometimes we like to show off things that are kind of hard to get, and this is Boston's fourth record that came out in 1994, and it's
Wow.
called Walk On.
Yep.
And this is extremely hard to find.
How
It's-
is
it's
the,
a-
how is the record?
Oh, it's fantastic. Anything Boston puts out is just so great. There's the gatefold there. There's the back. And we went and saw these guys. So of course, what do? I bring my records and try to get them signed.
That's right.
You know, I met that lineup of Boston back in 1994 when that album came out. And,
Yeah, it's got Fran Cosmo in
yeah,
it.
Fran Cosmo was the lead singer at the time. First time he was actually, he's based on the entire album. And when I saw him, they were doing a little promotional thing for a local radio station. And when they were about to leave, I had Fran Cosmo actually do a promo for the band I was managing at the time. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, that's great.
I got the lead singer of Boston doing a promo for me. Well, he remembered it all these years later. And just a few months ago, I made a video tribute to my wife. And I used a song off that album. And Fran saw it, and he contacted me and thanked me for using his song, as a memorial song for my wife. So, and so he was keeping in touch. When my wife was sick, he was keeping in touch, seeing how she was and everything. And I thought
That's great.
that was pretty cool of Fran.
That is cool. Hey, in the chat, Maria Day, if you want one of those Mark Slaughter records, go to thewizardslayer.com with 2 E's, and you can get a signed copy of it from Pat.
Yeah,
There you go.
Somebody,
Up next, guys. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. If you want me to show it, I'll show it. But
she
thank you, Maria. You
she
can-
saw the eagle eye. She saw it behind you, to your side there. So
Oh yeah, okay, there it is over there.
yeah. So- she
Okay,
said
yeah,
she would love to have one of those Mark Slaughter records, so I thought I'd tell her where to get it. So
Oh, perfect. Thank you. You can't go wrong with a little Deep Purple Machine Head.
there you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is this is kind of the epitome of classic rock right here to me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It totally is.
This is the what is this? This is the 2016 Rhino Records re-release, and during the month of October, they put all these albums out, and they kind of label them Rocktober.
Right.
Huh.
And this particular version is on clear vinyl.
Yeah, they're also very limited. They usually do no more than 1,500 copies a piece.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Clear
so this
vinyl.
one, this one's out of print, and geez, they're really hard to find.
Yeah.
I was pretty lucky looking for it. I thought, I don't have a lot of this particular era of Deep Purple in my collection, so I thought, well, why not get this one, And it's 180 gram clear vinyl. Sounds really good,
Do you have any autographs from Deep Purple?
Well, I have members of Deep Purple's autograph, yeah. So not all on one particular record because, again, I don't know. No, yeah.
Who's the lead guitar of the Deep Purple? I'm drawing a blank.
Richie
Well, that would be
Blackmore.
Richie Blackmore, yeah.
Right. And guess who's really good friends with Richie Blackmore?
Michael
Ah.
Altini.
Michael
No.
Altini.
No, Nicky the Wig.
Oh,
David
there you go.
Cloverdale.
Coming up next, we got Foreigner. I mean,
there
you know,
we
come
go.
on. This is
Great
how
stuff.
much more classic can you get? You know,
That's right.
That is fantastic.
You know, what was this on Geffen? No,
Atlantic, I think.
Yeah, Atlantic. So
It's what, 1977?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think 77, 78.
77 and 78 were good years. I'm
Yeah, they
telling
were.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, since I can't remember which Fleetwood Mac you showed, so I guess
He
I
showed
won't show any
Rumors.
Rumors, of
Oh,
course.
he did. Okay.
Loving you isn't the right thing to do.
Well,
That was
before Rumors,
beautiful.
there was the self-titled.
That's right.
Someone's still working
Nice.
on the adding machine there. I can hear it.
Sorry about that.
Pat's on fire tonight.
Don't,
He
don't
is
mind
on
us,
fire.
Royce. We're just trying to do a show.
Oh man, he's on
He's
fire.
tough, Royce. He's tough.
And okay, here's one that Jason says. Well, this is the epitome of classic rock, which is
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Frampton Comes Alive. I mean, you know, because this
That's-
particular album is really guitar driven.
That is the definition, buddy.
Yeah.
You know, Bob Mayo and the guys. You know, Artie, if you're Artie, if you're watching, this one goes out to you. This is like one of a good friend Artie. It's one of his favorite guitar players.
Yeah,
And
I
somehow-
tell you,
somehow
it
they're-
was quite a shock when I saw him for the first time in Paso Robles. He hadn't been out in a while, so he was a free show. I mean, they're sponsors; they get paid. It was a free show for us, and he didn't have a hair on his head, you know. And,
No.
and all I remember was that great big blonde mane he had all the time, you know.
Sure.
But he sounded
Didn't we
good.
all have one at one time?
You know, I know.
Right.
Going, gone.
Well, here's another one that kind of falls into classic rock.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, Journey,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Journey's
Absolutely.
what is this? Evolution? No,
Love
this
those
is
covers.
Evolution. Yeah,
Those covers are
Evolution. You got
beautiful.
Steve's. You know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
It's got
I
Love
a
and-
perfect
This
Journey.
is the one with Love and Touch and Squeezing on it.
right.
You got it.
All
And
the
you know
great
what?
songs.
How about Steve Perry's vocals? I mean, Jesus.
Oh my
Can
gosh!
you get any? You can't get better than that. I don't give a shit. Robert Plant, when Steve Perry's vocals are unreal.
Oh, of
Nobody
course.
sounds like that man.
You know, I saw Journey with Leonard Skinner,
Columbia.
and Journey back in 1977 before Steve Perry. Not much to him. I didn't care for him at all. But when Steve Perry joined, sure changed that band.
Well, they were more of a progressive rock band at that time.
Right. That's
you know?
right.
He's a California boy.
Yeah. And again, I think this particular band definitely falls in the classic rock era.
Oh yeah,
Love it.
You know,
Awesome.
even though this is what 77.
77.
Mhm.
Oh, I mean that's in the heart of it.
Yours even has the same cut mine does.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the little promo cut or whatever it is. Where is it? Yeah,
Uh-huh.
right here.
I have that on mine.
So, you know, I mean, I actually got to see them on this tour, which was great.
Oh my
Right.
God.
I saw him. I've got a program from that show.
Is it, you know, the Babies actually opened up for them. It was a great show. There was a place in Vegas called the Aladdin, and it was a theater that held like 7,000 people. So, you know,
Wow.
got a chance to go see those guys.
Is it
Oh,
the
here's
Aladdin
another record.
Casino?
Yeah. Yep. This is this one here falls in this particular record of the band definitely falls in the classic rock. You know, this
I
is
love
Rush's.
that album.
Yeah, this is Rush's debut.
But it's still progressive. It's like
You know?
ELP, you know?
No, well, I don't think this one's as progressive. I think this is more guitar driven than
Right.
because when Neil Peart joined the band, that's when it got progressive. This has got John Rutsey on the band or with the band. I'm sorry.
Oh, I have no idea that there was different players in the band.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
this,
yeah.
this guy.
Peter
this
didn't
guy,
on that one.
Yeah, this where is he? John in the middle, I think.
Uh-huh.
Right there.
Yeah, he's in
Yeah,
there.
I think. Yeah, he only lasted one record. That was it. And then
Right.
Neil Peart came in on the second record.
Yeah,
So when you
working
listen to this is definitely more of a like early Zeppelin-y kind of
Oh yes,
Mhm.
absolutely.
bluesy hard rock kind of a sound.
Right.
This particular one
So
is
good.
a German pressing. So this
Oh, yeah.
one
Wow.
this one sounds
Wow.
really, really,
Did
really
you know
good.
that Kitty Lee's mom was a Holocaust survivor?
Yeah.
She was,
I
yes.
did.
She
Mhm.
she passed away July 2nd, I believe.
Wow.
Oh, and his Getty's real name is Gary,
Oh, I didn't know that.
and she couldn't. And the reason why he changed his name to Getty is because his mom would call him Getty instead of Gary.
Yeah,
Wow.
interesting.
That's funny.
So
As
she'd say
soon as you
Getty,
yeah,
Getty, and he, just somewhere down the line, he just changed it to Getty.
That's
That's funny.
fascinating.
Getty and I
Uh,
share the same birthday, only he's 4 years older than me. July 29th.
Well,
Jason knows about this one here. This is the Rolling Stones.
Oh yeah,
What is this? This is Let It Bleed, and this is a Black Friday record store day of last year, and they only pressed 900 of these.
hand
And
poured.
these were hand poured, and this is kind of like an anniversary edition of this because they did this one time before, and it's super limited, super limited for the people at the record company. So they redid this last year, 900 pieces total. I've never opened this, and so I really don't know what it looks like. But man, this was a great album.
I
Yeah.
got the box set of that has it in stereo and mono, and then
Oh,
big book.
beautiful.
That
Yeah,
record.
That's probably my favorite Stones album, really.
It's a
right
good
there.
record.
Yeah.
Okay, and I won't bore you guys anymore, but this is the last one I got. I believe this is what, 76, 77 Styx Grand Illusion, right?
Hmm.
Classic.
Okay, but this
Uh-huh.
particular version is the 2015 edition, and it's on a colored vinyl. It's on 180 gram. They really did a nice job on the inner sleeve, and the vinyl is
Oh, that's
Green.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's kind of an aqua green.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Very transparent too.
so sorry to burn through those real quick, but guys, that's it. That's what I've got as far as classic rock is concerned. I mean, I've got a lot more.
Right.
I've got ELO and all kinds of other stuff over there, but
Oh, okay.
Just to
You know.
talk, just real quick, Pat's "Let It Bleed," Rolling Stones, numbered 900. The last one sold on eBay on August 4th for $450.
Wow.
That was Let
Well-
It Bleed, huh?
Jason,
Number-
tell him what that Boston walk on.
Oh,
went
that
for.
Boston Walk On. I think
Huh?
we looked it up today. I think there's been like 4 sold, and the average price was about $350. And of course, Pat's signed by everybody, so
Wow.
I would bet that's a $1,000 record,
Wow.
easy.
That's
So.
awesome.
Pat has the gems, man.
And I was just wondering what your guys' opinion is of this. What do we have to be unboxing for me to show my Village People collection?
Well,
Mm,
that's just straight 70s. That's good 70s pop kind of stuff. If you
Oh,
ask
maybe-
me,
you wouldn't call it. Well, how about you wouldn't say a disco show, Pat?
it could fall in the line of disco.
Yeah, we could do
absolutely.
Donna Summer, and
But
we
definitely,
could even work Kiss into there, Altini.
That's true. Why not?
Absolutely.
Of course.
Look, I forget the name
Why
of the
not?
singer for the Village People, but if you hear some of the non-radio songs,
Mhm.
oh my God, this guy had an incredible
Yeah.
voice.
Well, just for clarification, the only reason I have this set, and I did like, everybody loved YMCA, especially when you
sure.
were dancing and drinking, right?
Especially
Um,
Mikey.
But
I liked in the Navy. In the
In the
Navy.
Navy.
but I have
Right.
the collection because I built a custom home years ago for a couple of guys,
They were Navy.
and one of them died. The other one had to go to a nursing home, and my wife and I wound up listing the house for sale as realtors after all these years. We built it in 1990. And I was standing there talking to the niece who was the executor that I was dealing with. And I go, the guys didn't have any vinyl, did they? And she goes, oh, you want vinyl? I go, yeah. And she goes, well, look down below in this big cabinet. And it was vinyl from wall to wall,
Oh,
and that whole village collection I have, village people collection came out of that,
There's
You know,
there's some of those
Everything
records that came
there
with.
was absolutely pristine, like it never been played.
Well, Royce, check some of those records because some of them did come with posters and order forms, and some of that stuff now you can't even find.
Okay. I don't think I've ever taken one out since I've got them.
Yeah, and they were on the Casablanca label, so they were.
Yeah.
Casablanca was famous for doing that kind
right.
I
of stuff,
gotcha.
giving
Yeah.
giving you a little bit more for for your money.
I feel like I want to do that right now. No, go ahead.
Easy.
Easy
Easy.
there, YMCA.
No.
Yeah.
Dan, were you going to show something? You had the
yeah,
Queen.
Altini, what do you got?
Yeah, I've got this Queen program from that concert.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And one thing
That
that's
is-
pretty, one thing I just noticed, I saw a perforation on the back, and what it is, it's an order form to become, join the Queen fan club for
Send that in.
for $5.
Send that in.
There's the back of it.
Wow.
Nice.
It's in the
That's
center
cool.
picture. Where's that at here? That's what it looked like during the show. A big old crown, rose up from the stage with smoke and everything. So it's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Right.
That's cool.
What else we got?
You see him in
Really?
Dallas, Dan?
Fort Worth. In fact, inside the first page here, it's got a list of all those shows from that year. And I was at the December 10th concert. You can see it. But it's got a list of all the cities.
Yeah, I saw him in Vegas
Wow.
at the Aladdin Theater.
That's
So
cool.
In Vegas,
forget the date on that. What?
doesn't show it on here. They're only showing from November and December. Oh, no,
There you
there it
go.
is. Okay, Las Vegas, Nevada, December 15th
There you go.
of 77.
You bought it.
Mhm.
I think I've got Queen Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't know why I didn't think about some of these for tonight's show, but whatever.
Young Pat going to that show. What was he like? 15, 16?
Yeah.
14?
77.
I was 20 when I.
6. I was 12, 13 years old, 14 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, and
You
and
were
well, see,
on
I got lucky because my first show, my first Kiss show was Anaheim Stadium in 1976. But
Awesome.
I was always lucky because my friend's brother was older, and the
Uh-huh.
only way he can go to concerts is if he took his younger brother, and the only way his younger brother was going to go is if one of his friends would go, and I was pretty lucky.
That's awesome.
Wow.
So
Jeff, I
got
saw
good
Kiss for the
friend.
first. I saw Kiss for the first time when I was 7
Oh,
Wow.
yeah,
on the
that's
on the
cool,
creature on the Creatures tour.
That's
My
crazy.
son's first concert when he was 3 years old was Van Halen.
Oh wow, that's
yeah.
cool.
Mm.
It was an outside show. They had a show schedule here in Dallas, and they had to cancel it for some reason. I think somebody lost their voice or whatever. But they said,
yeah, I remember
They said, we'll come back and we'll give you a free show. And everybody's like, cool. So out of nowhere, they make an announcement: Van Halen live at the west end of downtown Dallas. Thousands of people showed up, and people were sitting on top of light poles. They were in
Wow.
trees, hanging from top of buildings.
Crazy.
And,
Oh, man.
and I got my 3-year-old
film.
son. I got my 3-year-old son on my shoulder, and
That's
that was-
awesome.
That was
What
his
year
first
was that,
concert.
Dan?
Concert is on YouTube.
Yeah, that was 1991.
That's
And
awesome.
When they played
Wow.
that free show, that whole show was on YouTube,
Yeah,
professionally filmed.
That's
yeah, it
so
came out really
cool.
good. Yeah,
Hmm.
but yeah, 3 years old, Van Halen first show.
Yeah,
Nice.
he was on fire that day too.
They were great.
Yeah.
I remember there was they had set up a bunch of porta potties. There's probably like 20 porta potties in a row going down the street because we're just on the city streets in between buildings. There's kind of like a crossroads right where the stage was. It was kind of like right in the crossroads of these 3 streets. And people looked like ants. It was just so packed. And so people thought, well, if we get on top of these porta potties, we can get a better view.
Oh my gosh.
Well, porta potties aren't that strong, and all the porta potties just collapsed.
Oh, wow. Oh, God.
That's what happens when Michael McVeigh gets on something.
That would happen to me too.
That reminds me of a story. I'm glad I wasn't there, but this was in junior high. A bunch of my friends went up to the carnival uptown Henderson, Nevada, and Walt Hall was, this was back in the day. We kind of dressed up A1 racer slacks and pinstripe socks, that kind of stuff, So they were all dressed up. And Walt Hall, who was really a tough guy, he lived in Victory Village and he always trained at the boys, the boxing ring, and he was badass. But I don't know what got into these guys. He went into the porta potty, and locked the door behind him. They tipped it over on him on the door to where he couldn't even get out.
Oh,
Jeez.
I would die.
They said when they finally rolled it over to where he could swing the door open, he came out of there, man. It was dark. His eyes were just glowing, and he wanted to kill somebody. His hair is messed up. He's got shit in his hair, and his hair's all
Shit.
Oh my God. I'm glad I wasn't there.
Fucking
Wow. All right, Altini, you're up, buddy.
All right, here I'm going to touch on some of the things you talked about, and I'm going to even have some Kiss shit in there without having a Kiss album. How is that? All right. So here,
Go for it.
I have the original "Let It Bleed."
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, original on London Records.
Love it.
Okay, and if you can believe it or not, my older records are pristine. They're pristine. Look,
Cool.
right?
Go figure. Look at this.
Because I hardly play them. And here, look, it's perfect vinyl. Perfect,
Uh-huh.
Wow.
That's nice.
right? So, what do you think an original "Let It Bleed" goes for?
That's a good question. Well, depending on which pressing that is, what do you think?
Oh.
I think that's like the first pressing or second?
Um,
What label is that on, first of all?
London.
Is it stereo or
London?
mono too?
I would say stereo.
I
It's
think the mono's worth a little more.
NPS-4 is the name, is the number. So anyway, got that. And since that we're on the Rolling Stones thing, here I got the original.
Oh yeah.
What's it? What the hell is this?
Satanic Majesties.
These
Yeah,
requests.
right.
Is that the lenticular version?
I haven't seen
Yeah.
that in a long time.
Yes.
Yes, Pat.
Okay.
That's cool.
yeah. This is, I believe, this is on London too. Let me see. Yep, this is on.
So
London. This is stereophonic.
Oh,
Nice.
So then we were talking about Jethro Tull before. Jethro Tull Live. This is
Right on.
an
Bursting out.
unbelievable live album. Do you guys ever hear it?
No,
I
I have
I
not.
I
never
don't think.
heard
What year is that?
Oh, well, let me see. When I was a kid. So let's see. 1910. I'm only kidding.
Probably about 69 or 70.
Let me see. Hold on a second. Once again, perfect sleeves too.
Nice.
It's on Chrysalis Records, and for some 1978.
78.
Oh, 78. Okay.
There is I know that there's a Jethro Tull album where where it opens up and it's a pop up.
This
And there's not many of those pressings, and I can't remember which record it is.
now I'm having trouble getting it back in. So there goes my pristine fucking sleeve. All right.
oh,
So now you were talking about the Babies before.
Yeah,
I hate this band. Okay, I hate them.
you
Okay,
hate
Why?
the Babies.
I don't fucking like them. You
What did they
know.
ever do to you?
I just I don't know. I hate them. But
Jonathan Cain went to Journey.
once again, pristine fucking vinyl because I hardly played it. But the Babies, what happened was, what the hell is this asshole's name? The singer, John Waite.
John Waite, yeah.
He was in Studio 54, and somebody from the Daily News was in there taking pictures, and they took pictures of him and they put it. They called it like page 7 or some shit like that. Was the society page?
Uh-huh.
They said, "Big scoop! We have a picture of Paul Stanley without his makeup."
Oh yeah.
And they said it was him. Let me tell you something. The hate mail and the hate phone calls the Daily News got from Kiss.
I remember that. Michael Corby, right?
Right, because we didn't want to see. I didn't want to see them without makeup. I didn't want to ruin it.
Right.
I did not care, and I wouldn't buy the newspaper. I said, I'm not going to look. I'm not going to, but I'm going to send him a nasty fucking phone call. What the fuck is wrong with you? Right?
That's awesome.
And I tell you what, Paul Stanley, the Kiss camp really loved the fact that all the fans came to their I don't know,
Their defense.
Right, their defense that nobody wanted to see him with the makeup.
So
Anyway,
was it actually John Waite?
yeah.
No, it was actually their guitar player, Michael Corbett,
Michael Corbett,
that they thought that was Paul Stanley.
Okay. Okay.
and the guy was
Because they had the
he was in a 3-piece suit, you quiff. What rock and roll would have a 3-piece fucking suit on at Studio 54? No rock and
Oh, man.
roll. We're like, what quiff fuck is this? So anyway,
So why did that make you hate the Babies?
oh no, I just don't like. I don't like John Waite's voice. It hurts my ears. It's like
hurts your ears.
It's like
Hurts your ears.
pussy music. What
So I take it you don't like bad English either.
fuck that? No.
Altini,
Not a big Air
Altini, if it
Supply
hurts-
fan.
Altini, if
Hey,
it hurts your
today.
ears, just Altini, if it hurts your ears, just turn down the sound in the hearing aid.
You- oh, all right. All right. Anyway, let's go back in time. Janis Joplin.
Doing the time warp again.
Yeah.
There you go.
Earl, this is one hell of
I've
an
got
album.
two. I've got two of those.
Two
That looks-
Pearls.
Two pearls. Yeah.
That looks pretty old.
Oh, it's
What was
English.
that Janis Joplin Pearl?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Great album. Every song on that is outstanding.
And let me see, what year was this one?
I'd say 1970.
I think.
I would say earlier than that.
No, that's her last album.
I can't even find
I
a.
might
Came
go
out
earlier
after she
than
died, I
70
think.
even.
I don't. Of course, I don't have the sleeve to it because I played it.
I think you're right, Dan.
There's
That was,
Uncle.
more Summer of Love stuff. You know, Summer of Love was 66.
Yeah. So, all right. So she's the queen.
Forget if she died in 70 or 71, but it came out after she died.
I don't know how you guys feel about this as a classic rock. This is up for grabs.
Huh.
Oh, all day long. Lou Reed is great.
Sure it is in some
I wouldn't
circles.
call Lou Reed classic rock.
I wouldn't call Lou Reed classic rock.
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't even know what the fuck to call him.
It's maybe on the verge of like punk, maybe, or
Yeah, I mean he's really a punk originator.
But- like a storytelling kind of punk kind of.
Mhm.
He was definitely like what we call like a village guy because, he played in the village a lot. I mean, all the small places. He was a hero, to all of those people, and that's
Right.
nobody really cared back then. In the village, nobody really gave a shit about the gay stuff. If you wanted to dress up like a girl or whatever, and he sang a lot about it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And those people dug it.
Take a walk on the wild side.
Yeah, hey babe. And he was a she, remember? Hey, babe.
Right.
Hey, look at this.
That was a good song. That was a great
This
song.
is here's
What's he got in his pants there?
You got a flashlight.
that in
From the
is that in
sausage
the both
factory,
pictures?
right? Here's a guy dressed up like a girl, and here's a guy with a big schlong. And what do you call it? And he's one of the guys who would hang out with Freddie Mercury down on the way. So this is see how we turn it. Everything's coming full circle.
Altini, why do you have that record?
I like big bulges, and I cannot lie.
That's right.
Well, I could have gone all night and not heard that.
That's Tabasa.
Yeah,
You know, Mike Houstonnick out in the chat is saying that Pearl was released January 11th, 1971,
so there you go.
and she died in 1970. So it was released after her death.
Yeah.
Great album. Now here's
Great
a
album.
band. I don't know if they's a classic rock, but I fucking love them. The Tubes. They're from California. You know, they're white punks on dope.
Is
Right?
that what it says?
I would also call that, probably some punk originator kind of stuff. Yeah.
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 Okay. This is by the way, I mean, this album, it is a great, great album.
Oh, they're a great band.
Here's the Centerfold.
Wow.
What was that big song they had in the 80s when they went more pop?
Oh, they're from the Pleasure Principle.
I remember them from.
I don't know. I forget.
That's what I remember them from.
They went commercial, and then us fans just said, "Yeah, get the hell out of here."
Right.
So here, this is definitely classic rock. Guys from California.
Oh yeah, Montrose.
There
yeah.
you go. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Sammy Hagar on vocals.
Yep.
And every effing song on here is get on your bad motor scooter.
What is the spaceship one? I love the spaceship song.
That is
Space Station
Yes.
something. Space Station
Space
number
Station
9.
number 5.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's not a bad song on this record.
No.
And I tell you what, when Twisted Sister was in the mood, they would always, during sound check, they would do a Montrose song. Right?
To me, that record is truly ahead of its time.
Absolutely. And this is on Warner Brothers. And believe it or not, my vinyl is semi-clean on this.
Nice.
Yeah,
Looks good.
Yeah, and of course I do not have. If I play the record, I don't have the friggin' inner sleeve. So earlier today,
We used to take the record out and then wad the sleeve up and throw it away.
it always rips on me, and when I'm trying to jam it back in the record and it's ripping, I just go fuck this, and I take it out and I throw it away. All right, so here, this is one of my favorite albums. I brought this up before.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Ted Nugent album. There's not a bad song on it. And little thing about Ted Nugent, I went to see Black Sabbath at Madison Square Garden. Just before, what was the album before Sabotage? Whatever album that was. That tour, because every year Black Sabbath went out every year.
Yeah.
Tour in December at the Garden. Well, this time Aerosmith opened up for them. Didn't know who Aerosmith was. They were unbelievable. Then the next year, Aerosmith was headlining the Garden. Ted Nugent opened up for him, and he looked just like this. And this is the Ted I like, with the armband and not. When he put on the loincloth and started swinging from the rafters, and
Right.
all he did was talk about how he fucking killed shit and ate it. I don't give a shit what you. Okay, I really don't. I want to hear music, and it
Right.
got
I agree.
progressively worse.
The first album is fantastic.
And Derek St. Holmes is on here singing,
Right.
and he hooked up with
Brad Whitford.
Brad Whitford. Yeah.
St. Holmes. That was a great.
Great record.
Brad
Wow.
Whitford from Aerosmith, right? Guitar player. At
Yeah.
Aerosmith.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and this is where Ted
He
started,
still sounds great.
this is where Ted started to go downhill a little bit. Okay.
Oh, that's a great one. That's not downhill to me.
No, this is okay. This album is a fantastic album, but this is when they start doing. Right after this came Wang Dang Sweet,
Sweet Poontang.
you know, shaking my thang and a dang dang. All right. So
How
anyway,
about that
Poetry.
one? How about that one? I think it's Wang Dang Sweet Poontang on that album where he dedicates it to all that Nashville.
pussy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm doing here. This is, you know what? I used to say it at work, and no, I robbed Ted Nugent at work because people would piss me off at work, and I would do anybody wants to get mellow, you can turn around and get the fuck out of here.
Right. That was so funny. That's my favorite part.
Oh, I love that.
You know, I saw Ted Nugent at the Texas Jam in 1978, and on the floor it was 120 degrees, and it was hot on the stage as well. And Ted Nugent's up there. He did his entire set. He's on the last song, and he's standing there with his arms up in the air. Also, he just falls backwards, and his guitar falls on the ground. It's got the feedback going. We're going, wow, what an odd way to end the show. No, he literally passed out. He passed out on the stage, and they had to drag him off stage. Heat exhaustion.
I tell you, when he opened up Aerosmith, somebody threw a pack of firecrackers at him, and he went out of his bird.
You know, somebody threw firecrackers at the Led Zeppelin concert in 1977 when I saw him, and the way the stadium was, you could actually go under the seats, and people were running under the seats lighting firecrackers, and somebody got a whole string of them and threw them up on the stage. Robert Plant stopped the concert. He said, if that happens one more time, he said, we're leaving. Oh, it got quiet. Everybody's looking around. Don't you dare fucking light another firecracker.
All right, and let me see. So, once this, Pat, now that you've heard Bebop Deluxe,
Yeah.
would you consider it classic rock or no?
Pat, did we lose him?
Out there.
No, he's here.
No, I'm here. Yeah.
All right. Now that you heard Bebop Deluxe, would you think it was classic rock?
Yeah, that definitely falls in line of a classic rock. Sure.
This is Bebop Deluxe Live in the Air Age. This is their only live album, and it covers from beginning to their end. Really, so about 5 or 6 songs on here, but it's excellent sound, and of course, this is excellent vinyl. And it's on EMI this time. It used to be on Harvest. Okay, getting back to Queen.
Going back to what you said earlier, though, Altini. The reason why you don't have the inner sleeves is because you had Butterfingers. You know, you couldn't put the record down after you were eating, so you just used it and just threw it away.
I think you got me mixed up with Michael McVeigh.
That's right. No, McVeigh uses them as placemats. You know?
Yeah.
I actually use them as fucking napkins after he goes to the 7-Eleven. He gets his corn dogs at 2 o'clock in the fucking morning. Who gets fried chicken at 2 o'clock in the morning?
Michael McVeigh.
Michael McVeigh. And then he goes, oh, I think I got food poisoning. No shit. No shit. Right, so here, I picked this up not too long ago. Queen's Greatest Hits.
Great album.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's the one I had.
Was this a Target exclusive or something?
I think
is that
it is.
the new pressing?
I think that's two different colors on that one, like red and blue or something.
To tell you the truth, Matt, I only played it once. I don't remember.
Yeah,
the red and blue. Yes.
Yeah.
Got the Walmart where it's red and white. Got my original one from back in the 80s.
Yeah, look at this vinyl.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
It's got all kinds of. It looks like a red cloud.
Mm-hmm.
It's marble.
Got some marbling to it.
Marble.
Yeah.
Like a good steak. It's marbleized.
That's right.
Nice aged steak there, huh?
Yes, sir. And Well, let's go find what the other color is. Same thing, same color. It's red and
Same
red.
red.
Or
Don't
orange.
throw those inner sleeves away.
You know what? They're
Yeah.
sliding in real nice. That's what happens when you put KY on it. In honor of Freddie, I put KY jelly on my.
Jesus. Wow.
I wonder why did they call it?
TMI.
You
What do you
sure
call
it
KY
wasn't in
jelly?
honor of Lou Reed?
Well, either way, it was KY jelly. Was it made in Kentucky or some shit?
I don't know.
Okay, why?
All right. Nobody knows.
No.
Keeps you young.
Bueller. Well, here, look at the inner sleeve of this. The old shots. Let me see. This way. Really cool album cover, and I love this portrait.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's nice.
that's a nice
Yeah, that's a
picture.
good picture.
Yeah, Freddie ain't
Yeah.
looking too gay there. See, Freddie didn't have to shove it in our face that that he goes down to West Street. I
didn't care.
I didn't care
I didn't.
either, but
I didn't care. I didn't care.
yeah,
Now-
you didn't care, but you got to understand when you went in that era, and people, you couldn't be gay in rock and roll. That is a death sentence to your career,
Right.
right? And then being a fan, you would have to defend these guys. You know what it's like. You had to defend Kiss all the time,
Oh,
right?
Yeah, but I mean, look, if one of them liked guys, I wouldn't have cared.
Me neither. But how about everybody at school that you had to fight? Oh, you like that gay band, And it's okay. Here we go. Rock 'em.
I loved it. I still love Judas Priest, but that doesn't never ever change the fact that, I don't care.
Look, I'm telling you, I don't care if he's a sword swallower or not. You don't
If you're a
care.
badass, and you're a badass. you know?
Exactly. But when you go and put it out there, the fan who lives on Staten Island has to defend you and gets in fights because you decide to look that part.
Yeah, I mean, but that was some time back. I don't think you see that today. I mean, I
Today, you
don't.
never see it. Nobody gives a shit.
Nobody gives a shit, right?
So
That's like when Rob Halford came out. It's like
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. I was like I didn't know. Okay, whatever.
well,
Now,
I didn't.
back when Elton John came out, I don't know, like 70 or 71. Now that was a little different era, and you did hear some, blowback.
Same thing applies with Elton John. I didn't care. I was like,
Right.
so all right, whatever.
Right, I got to
Right,
tell you,
right.
if you go to twistedsister.com, go to Twisted History, and go to Mike's big column, read my story about Rob Halford.
Oh boy.
You will laugh your ass off. That's all I'm saying.
Sounds like fun.
Hey, that's all I got today.
You sure
These
that
people,
wasn't
they
Tim
just
Roth?
never came out as gay, I mean, look at Liberace.
Columbia Records used to hire.
Paul Lynn.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Look, Columbia Records used to hire an escort for Rob to be in the limousine with him. To show up and to, people take pictures. Oh, look at Rob's girlfriend. Wow. But as soon as you got inside, okay.
Talk to the.
I've partied with Judas Priest twice now, backstage in their dressing rooms.
Uh-huh.
I have yet to meet Rob Halford.
Really?
I've met everybody in the band but Rob Halford twice now.
But usually, I'm going to say, I just noticed from Dee and Rob Halford because I worked, with Twisted Sister opened up for Judas Priest. It seems that singers they have to stay by themselves. They have to inhale the steam and shit, and they have to vocalize. So the other guys, what, they got to nimble up their fingers? These
There's
guys
a cool down period for the singers. Absolutely.
right. They have to get into a zone, and they need peace and quiet. And that's what people take it as they're being snotty. They're not. They just, this is what they need to do to perform at that.
Yeah.
See that?
All right.
Yeah. Maria Day in the chat saying that Rob Halford was afraid to come out.
Possibly, but
Well, Columbia Records did not want him to come out, just like he didn't want all the little girls loved George Michael.
Right.
Right.
but everybody in the West Village knew George Michael swallowed swords. Okay, they could not come out, or else they thought they would lose that fan base. That's why whenever he was asked about his personal shit, he would be very, just like Ricky Martin. He was always,
Elusive about it.
hey, none of your business. I got somebody special. Da da da. They want to keep this private, and so the record companies are the ones that would put the kibosh on that shit.
I see.
Sure.
They're worried about sales.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, didn't affect the sales, that's for sure.
Mikey Wham.
Not with Ricky Martin either. The girls were still screaming. at the audience.
Freddie
Mikey,
Mercury
wake
is
me up
certainly
before
one
you
of the
go.
greatest
Before
frontmen
you
ever.
go, 'cause I don't want to be no homo.
Jesus.
Freddie Mercury was certainly one of the greatest frontmen of all time.
If
That's
not the
matters.
greatest.
Yeah.
If not the greatest. I mean, my
Absolutely.
God. That guy can control an audience like no other.
Right.
Hey, Mikey, I saw in the chat that Scott Harris mentioned earlier that Ted Nugent was good friends with John Waite. So
All right, who's next?
I think that's
Jeff?
it. Right?
No,
I
Jeff
think
hasn't
we've-
gone.
I think we've made the rounds here.
No,
I
we
went
haven't.
first.
Jeff, did you go
Jeffy's
first?
got
Jeff?
a gun.
I showed
thought
my
Jeff
kids
just-
album.
But that was your new stuff that you got.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that's
did.
true.
That's all.
Well,
No,
if that's all
see.
you got, then that's all you got. So-
I mean, I showed the doors.
It's almost
Yeah, he
12:30 anyway.
I haven't pulled anything for.
Okay, fair enough. That's it then.
All right, well, we bought it.
Okay.
So,
Bought it.
let's call it.
Well, Okay, that's. I guess that's it then, guys, huh?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed
next time.
talking with y'all. It's a great evening.
Show. We can do a lot of classic rock unboxings. I mean, just watching the show gave me all kinds of ideas on so much stuff I have sitting.
Oh,
in
there's
the closet over
there's
here.
still a ton to go through. Yeah. I mean,
Oh my God!
look, we didn't even touch on Foghat,
No.
My entire collection is classic rock.
That's
My entire-
right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's all
Yeah,
I've
there's
got.
so much, and
Yeah, there's
I was thinking we're getting kind of due on a heavy metal show.
Yes, finally.
Yeah.
So
Why
if
don't
they
we- why
have
don't
a
we
heavy
plan
metal
on-
show, do we
Yeah, let's
include
plan
Black
on heavy
Sabbath
metal
or
next
not?
week, next Friday.
Yes.
Heavy metal next Friday.
I'm in.
Okay, good. That'll
All
be fun.
metal.
Yeah,
all
I'm
metal.
in too.
All metal.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
metal.
I-
I love
I can-
metal.
I'll pull my ABBA albums.
I can bring some video clips too. Some video clips we could play.
Oh, cool.
Some
That'd be
shots
fun.
that I've taken behind the scenes and everything. So
Well, wait, you're gonna let Royce get in on that?
all he has to do is
Wait a minute, guys. We've still got some logos and stuff to show here. Right?
Oh yeah, let's talk about this real quick. Jason, you
Okay.
wanna
Oh, me?
Jason,
Yeah.
Jason, I'm gonna pull up yours first. Here we go.
Okay, so I've talked about this on the show once or twice, but this is my label is putting out some Slaughter box sets, and this is the first one we're doing. This is for the 1995 album Fear No Evil, and it's a great record, probably Slaughter's heaviest record, and just some really great songs on it. We have this up for pre-sale right now. We expect delivery. I'm about to turn our pressing order in on Monday. Hopefully delivery will be around December or something like that. But the reason why I wanted to talk about it is we are down to only 40 of these box sets left. And once they're sold out, they're gone. And so there's lots of cool stuff. There's a 48-page book. There's a whole demos record that there's 9 unreleased or rarities, extra record, and then the main record is going to be a double LP 45 RPM. There's going to be some extra goodies in there that you can see, like there's some never before released 8x10s of the band, and there's a replica backstage pass, and then there's also going to be a golden ticket in one of the 500 boxes. If you get that, you can you'll be able to see the band anywhere in the world for free for life, for the life of the band.
That's great.
And So you can purchase or pre-order this at kissmywaxrecords.com, and the band is fully involved. We just got the masters. I had the whole thing remastered by Mayor Applebaum. It sounds amazing, and so yeah,
40 box sets. That's not a lot, guys.
40 box sets.
That's it. And once they're gone, they're gone. And
They're gone.
And also
Yep.
too, you did say that they were signed by all the existing members, right?
And they're signed by the 3 surviving members of the band.
And
So-
something else
Let
we
me
touched
ask,
about.
how much is the box set again?
It's what is it, Pat? 140. God dang,
145, something like that.
146 or 145.98, I think, or something.
Well,
like
that's
that.
that's reasonable for signed copies and everything that comes with. How big?
Yeah.
How thick was that booklet? It was like 60
It's
pages.
48-page book that comes
48,
with it.
okay.
And there is all kinds of unseen photos. There's
Wow.
photos of the actual reel-to-reel tapes. There's unseen live photos of the band. There's all kinds of memorabilia photos. The abandoned original cover art photos. All kinds of stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff in there.
Went
There's-
deep looking for stuff.
Let me ask you guys, in particular, you, Jason, and Pat.
Mhm.
Is it my imagination, or is Slaughter's music getting heavier as time goes on? Because that album I bought from you, the signed Slaughter album, well,
That's a
definitely
solo
heavy
album.
metal.
That's
Yeah,
Mark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely a solo album, and it leans on the heavier side. You know, this
Yeah.
particular album that Jason's doing does lean on the heavier side. That
Yeah.
they came out on MTV. It's kind of like a pop rock band, but they're really a hard rock band.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's what I was thinking when I was listening to that the
Yeah.
last time. That these guys, I remember, like you said, a little more pop rock and, like, say, the 80s or whatever, with
Well,
Flight of the Angels and stuff like that, which was a fantastic song. I love that song.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, I
but this last but that was Slaughter. This was Mark's solo, but that was great. It kind of just blew me away how good it was.
Yep. So
and also too, Jason, something that we touched on earlier. This particular version of this record is a half-speed master too.
yeah, right. It's 40. Yeah, it's 2 LP, 45 RPM, half-speed master. Also, this has never been available on vinyl before. This record has only been
Nice.
available as CD. So
Oh,
we
that's
actually have Slaughter has 5 studio albums. We currently hold the license to reissue and do box sets on 4 of the 5 albums, and we're working on getting the license for the 5th album. So
Nice.
we will definitely be, this will definitely be a series. We will most likely get the license for the 5th album. So their whole catalog we will be treating like this. And if you don't want to spring for the box set, there is a standard edition available. It's actually on colored vinyl, but it's also 2 LP, 45 RPM. It's quite a bit cheaper than the box set. But if you want to go all out, the box set's the way to go. It's the only way the box set is the only way you get all of the bonus tracks and demos and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
And this really is great music too.
Oh, it's
So-
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
kissmywaxrecords.com. Head over there and get your copy today.
Nice.
Secure a copy.
Secure a copy. Thank you.
Exactly.
That's it. That's my plug for
Okay.
the day.
Okay.
Thank you
All
for
right,
letting me do that.
The Wizard's Lair, you're up.
Well, you can head over to thewizardslair.com, and a lot of the stuff we talked about this evening, I'm sure you'll be able to find some classic rock there. And right now, we do have a good selection of new vinyl. We really haven't found a good collection to purchase to fill our used vinyl. I definitely want to start adding some used vinyl, but when you add ones and twosies here and there, it just it just doesn't look good. But once we get like 50, 60 records in there or something like that, again, this is a very small shop. We do it out of our house, and it's pretty cool. But and also too, we're adding things. We're adding like a concert used guitar picks on the site. So if you go over there, you just look in the collectibles section in the tab, and we've added some Lita Ford picks. Some Prince picks are in there too. So
Cool.
those aren't easy to find these days.
No.
And we'll add laser discs and CDs and maybe some DVDs down the line. But for right now, we're we're kind of concentrating on the vinyl situation. But there are some collectibles in there, and hopefully we'll get some T-shirts made up too at some point.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. Yeah. You're going to have some
I
Wizards
want a
Lair
T-shirt.
made up?
Yeah. Say it again.
I want a T-shirt.
Yes. And what'd you say, Royce?
You're going to have some Wizards Lair T-shirts made up too?
Yeah, at some point. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were just talking about,
seeing,
album cover type shirts or what, but I think this
Yeah.
is a really cool logo. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
that too. We do have some old concert T-shirts that will pop up there, And again,
Yeah, yeah.
this again, we're not a brick and mortar store, so we can't just order like 15 of this and 20 of that, and
Right,
so.
right.
But from time to time, we do get some really cool stuff in.
I bet you
Oh, yeah.
your logo would look great on the front of a shirt that a girl is wearing.
Yeah, that's right.
No doubt about it. Just
Double
No doubt
album.
about it.
just spread that wizard's arms a little bit more, and there you bought it.
Oh my!
For a fat guy like me.
I love those Double D albums.
Oh yeah.
And then you could get that wizard to have a sausage like that guy in the back of Lou Reed's house.
Hello. Oh my God.
Andy Warhol art.
Yeah.
You bought it.
Oh yeah.
All right then, guys. It's
Yeah, that's it. That's it for
I'm gonna
me.
pack up. I got to go to Atlantic City. So
Okay,
Oh.
okay. Let's see here. We'll close that down, and I want to thank you guys. Great
Been
show.
a great night.
Excellent,
Hey,
excellent.
by the way, did you see Uncle Jeff came by to say
I
hello?
did see
Yes,
him.
I saw
What?
him,
Did he really?
Yeah,
Yeah. He came by to
Wow.
say hello. I don't know how Uncle Jeff found us, but
I don't know, but he was saying something about that's why he liked this show.
Wow.
that's
I haven't
yeah.
seen him in quite
I
a
like
while,
it
but
too.
I'm glad to see he's still kicking.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
Good
maybe
people.
get Uncle Jeff to come on and do the fucking weather.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
Hey,
thank you,
by the
everybody.
way,
You
also
guys
too-
are the best
also-
crew in the world.
Also,
And,
too, Royce,
yeah,
I
and
think
plus you have to
we.
put up with me too. Always
Royce,
bringing
I
the
think-
wrong guy up on the screen and leaving him there for too long. And
Yeah, I think Royce, we owe a nice big round of applause to Altini for making his debut on the internet. He did a
Yeah.
great job, and
yeah, yeah.
we'll see more. We'll see more of him. I'm sure we will.
Wait,
Dave,
Jeff,
I'm
did
sure
you-
he will. Yeah, no, he did do a great job.
Yeah.
All right,
See you,
thanks,
Jeff.
guys. We will end the broadcast, and thank you very much to all of you in the chat. We go up there
Yes.
and take a look.
Thanks,
All right,
everyone.
thank you, everybody. We
Goodbye.
really appreciate you. All righty. Good
Bye,
night,
guys.
everybody. Bye, Bill, Caitlin, Scott, Maria, Bob, Daddy Bog, Into All Music. We'll see you guys.
See ya.
Love y'all. Bye.